Pleasure the go. Pleasure the go.
woke it up, don't woke it up, don't woke it up, don't woke it, don't woke it up, don't woke it up, don't woke it up, don't woke it.
Yo, what is good, y'all? We are back another week in a row with a Dynamite review. Obviously, there were some names that weren't announced today because Chriso had some places he had to be, and we thought he was not going to be here today. But we are back with the full crew. Like I said, it's myself, Chriso, Novi, and Marcus, back for another week of a fantastic Dynamite that we watched last night. And it's a perfect go home show, which we didn't think was gonna happen because AEW's not hasn't really been hitting as of late with the go home shows that they've been doing. But with this one, they did hit, and we are going into a dynamite. We're going into a dynasty, excuse me, with a fantastic. Oh yeah, room for one more. Oh,
Shit,
well,
pull up.
oh
Let's
shit!
go.
Come on.
Fucking
Oh
go
shit.
ahead.
Oh
Go
shit.
ahead.
Oh, pull
Go
up, bro.
ahead. Go right ahead. I think you have the thing, right? So go right ahead. But no, Chriso, how are you doing today, brother?
Doing pretty good. I had to do some stuff. Nothing crazy, just some jury dirty stuff. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to make it, and it wrapped up pretty fast. And yeah, I'm glad to be here. I didn't catch a Dynamite live, but I did watch it and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good go home show, and I'm excited to talk about it.
No, Dynamite, April Fools. I'm here. Okay,
Grow up, nigga.
It's
God
okay,
damn.
it's
okay.
April
Y'all see,
3rd.
y'all
It's
see.
the
It's
third.
April
I'm like,
3rd.
but it is
April
the third.
3rd, by the way. April
Botch stable
3rd,
fool.
by the way. Sins and
Yeah,
lies,
I'm
dead
so
ass.
sure.
Just sins and lies. Sins and lies. But no, Novi, how are you doing today, brother?
Rob, I'm usually feeling good after these dynamites. They've been very positive lately. But how could you not feel a little better when you have an interaction like the one between Swerve and Hangman? I mean, percentages of title victories have gone up, percentages of main events have gone up. I'm feeling chills up and down my arms.
On bro, we definitely will get into that part of Dynamite because that part of Dynamite was probably outside of what happened with Moxley and Swerve and Willow and all of those sorts of things. That was kind of the biggest thing to come out of Dynamite last night. So we'll definitely get into that. But Marcus, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Once again, Dynamite good. A go home Dynamite at that was good. The main things they wanted to get across, the tornado mix tag was great. That's really fucked up shit happened. My John Box, we gonna kill you for what you did to Will Nightingale, by the way, brother. We gonna kill you, and we taking your belt Sunday. A little bit of glass ain't gonna stop this word. It ain't nothing. And I got one thing to say that did happen outside the Deathfire Spear. Kevin Knight, great. Cry everyone that wanted that man in forward roll class. We going to big dynasty here.
Not too much on Forward World
Uh,
Class.
not enough actually. Not
Not
enough
too much on
actually.
Forward World Class.
What you try to get a tryout too, Rob? You want that property at WWE shirt?
Hey, yeah. Yo, what are y'all gonna do when I come on here with a property of WWE shirt? What are y'all gonna do?
You've been on
Um,
appearance with a damn World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship before. What's next? What's gonna stop you?
Disgusting.
woo.
You're a disgusting human being, Rob. I hope you know that.
Oh, I think I'm great. Um,
Eh,
but no,
debatable.
we're getting into
Rob,
this.
I heard you
What's up?
chanting the other day, bro. What was that all
What you
about?
mean?
You were saying Ricky, and then you were saying something else.
Strokes.
That's what it was. That's what it
Yo,
was. I heard you were
yo,
chanting, bro.
those
Hey,
yo,
that big
I
nigga in
said
the
it.
back was you, bro.
Yo, I said it. Yeah, last night on in self made. Yo, if I catch you and you in self made, or if you in this chat and I catch you in the crowd chanting Ricky Strokes, you will be timed out. You will be timed out, and you will be. Yo, y'all are grown men, bro, with connected beards, fully connected beards. Y'all got to stop that.
Bro, I hope y'all know y'all children
That's
are sitting at
disgusting.
home, no Similac there. They crying, they need their daddy, and you are chanting as a Ricky Strode swiveling your hips and shit.
You're
Bro,
grown.
Crazy.
But no, make sure like we said last week, make sure you guys please like the video, subscribe, and send your super chats. You can ask us anything you want to in super chats. Give your opinions if you want your opinions to be on the big screen. You can just send the money, and we will put your opinions on the big screen. Now, will we agree with all of them? Absolutely not.
Definitely
But you definitely can have your opinions known if you do so. So. But I guess we can get what was some of the big news, the big stuff on the timeline today? Because I was not really on Twitter for the most part today. Uh, so other than Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Was
There's
there
nothing
anything?
about it.
nothing crazy really. A couple injuries were out there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
AEW. Get well
Yeah.
soon to Jay White and Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy.
Mhm.
But there's not really much you could say about that. Just kind of like hope they do well. Hope they recover well is what I should say.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because Jay White did just literally just get back, so it kind of sucks that he's got this whole this injury thing going on right now. Realistically, I know people are very mixed on Jay White in the AEW fanosphere, but it does suck to see somebody go out with injury. Another big injury that happened today was we found out Orange Cassidy tore his pec. So that's also another. I wouldn't say a huge hit, but it's a big hit to what they got going on right now with the stories in AEW. And then another hit that we took was Mark Davis is also injured.
Oh, I didn't
What
see
did
that.
I
I
see?
didn't
I ain't
see
see
I
that
that
one.
didn't.
either.
Yeah, apparently people are saying Mark Davis is injured in chat.
I mean, it was pretty obvious he got messed up in that match, anyways.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, let me see what he hurt because I seen the news stories about the others. Let me see what happened to him.
Yeah, those were Fightful reports. But
Yeah,
on Orange Cassidy specifically, it does suck that he's been with AEW for 5 years, and I don't think he's ever been injured before, if I'm mistaken, at least not long term.
He had a concussion once, but that's not really an injury.
Yeah, and it
Oh,
didn't
it's an
keep him
injury,
out.
but
I'm saying
yeah.
that sounds
Yeah,
kind of crazy. Okay, well,
yeah. It did, but it didn't keep him out for that long. This will keep him out for a good while. It does give him a chance to rest up. It gives him kind of a chance to take a break from TV a little bit, which I thought would be for the best. I was hoping it wouldn't come at this expense, but it will be nice for him to kind of rest, recuperate, and hopefully
Yeah,
do something big.
Fightful reported about 10 minutes ago that he's hurt. They didn't
Oh,
specify what happened to
okay.
him.
well, need the
Yeah.
specification.
Well, yeah. To Novi's point, and I don't know. Hopefully, like Tony Khan and Orange Cassidy, once Orange does come back, they slow down a little bit. Like he does not have to wrestle twice a week or every single week. It's okay to take a week break or a 2 week break every once in a while because he put a lot of strain on his body. Like he wrestled. I'm pretty sure he has the most matches in AEW history.
Definitely.
Pretty comfortably, it feels like. So hopefully when he gets back, he can slow down a little bit. Hopefully, just nothing too. Obviously, he's gonna be out for an extended amount of months, but hopefully, he comes back just as good as ever, and there's no lasting damage to his pec or anything.
Yeah, you never want to see anybody that is such a big part of the television go out like that. At the same time, he does need a break, but you never want it to come like this. So, all the best to Orange Cassidy. Hope he shit back stronger than ever. We'll see you when you get back, brother. TV's gonna be all right. Take it easy.
Oh yeah, no. It does suck because it does suck because Jay White was. I think he was supposed to be a big part of some stuff going into the summer. And then I also with Orange Cassidy, he just got back, and I know he wasn't really supposed to be a major part of everything, but you never really want to see somebody go down with injury, especially since Mark Davis. I think Mark Davis is obviously Jay White and OC really matter, but I think he's kind of the biggest hit here. because he kind of started to find his footing within the last month or so
Yeah.
on AEW television, especially after joining the Don Callis family. So it kind of sucks to see him go down with injury, especially since his last 4 years, 4 years since coming to AEW has kind of been marred with injuries. So
Yeah.
that does suck there.
That's the worst one of them all. For Jay, I do kind of think there's a story you could maybe tell with Kevin Knight when he comes back. Maybe have Jay go a little heel. I wouldn't mind to see something like that. But that was something I saw on the timeline. I don't know who said it, but I felt like that was a cool idea. So if they want to,
I'll say,
Yeah.
fortunately for Jay White, it's a broken hand, so he won't be out too long. Still sucks because it costs him an own spot, but like he'll be back soon. Right, sooner rather than
Yes.
later.
You know,
Like it
but
just well, go ahead, Chris.
as someone who's not the somebody is lying, as someone who's not like the biggest fan of Jay White at this, as someone who's not my glasses are like fogging up my bad. As someone who's not the biggest fan of Jay White at this, like just what he's done in AEW in general, outside some of the OG collision stuff, which I thought was pretty good. It sucks because like he is like, he's not one of these people who like cries about his position in AEW. He's not someone who's like, damn, I want to go to WWE so bad. Even though he originally did want to go to WWE, but he's ethnically, he's gonna wrestle his contract out and maybe leave if he wants to. It sucks because he was gonna be in the Owen, and I know like he has a really large fan base, not just in AEW, just in wrestling Twitter in general, and it sucks because I think I feel like he had really big plans, like something to do with Cope. Maybe he had a big feud with Cope. Maybe maybe he was gonna be the first person Cope put over. Maybe.
well,
Maybe.
I wouldn't go too far now.
Yeah, but I think I saw that it wasn't gonna be anything like too crazy. Right? Broken hands aren't like crazy. I don't think.
Nah,
Nah.
But he'll probably be out for like 2 months, 3 months, maybe.
2-3.
Hopefully he makes it back before All In.
Yeah.
And he can get him a nice little payday.
Yeah, of course, we would want everybody to make make All In. But it seemed like it really did seem like Jay White. I know, of course, when he came back, he beat Hangman like 3 times in a fucking row, but it really did seem like when he came back after his injury last year, it seemed like he really had no direction. Kind of like he was kind of in the Death Riders feud, kind of not in the Death Riders feud. Kind of involved with
He was
like,
getting bitched in the Death Riders feud for some reason.
He was getting the hog tied every time he ran in,
oh yeah,
any type of
bro,
interference.
Yeah.
bro, because I'm so sure that letting Marina Shafir choke out Jay White is gonna help him be the top babyface and that
No,
that
he
was just
shouldn't
like,
have been a
but
babyface to begin with. And if he
yeah,
was a
he should
babyface,
really
he
go
shouldn't
back to
have been
being
the
heel,
Yeah,
bro.
top babyface. Like he's not a babyface type of character. Like
he's
he
not a
can't be
babyface
named
wrestler
Switchblade.
either.
He's not a babyface wrestler at all. Like, he's a methodical, cerebral wrestler, which some people like, some people don't like. I'm kind of in between with how he wrestles sometimes. I think the right
Because
wrestler can pull out like the best. And I thought Will Ospreay was gonna be one of those wrestlers who pulled out the Jay White that everyone loves and like the New Japan, the peak of his New Japan powers, Jay White.
Mhm.
And it's sad we don't get to see that match. So I know they have a lot of admiration for each other and they have some history together. Like the last, I'm pretty sure they're the last two Gaijin heavyweight champs in New Japan, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, they're the last two. I'm trying to think if there was another one, but continue.
Nah, yeah, I'm just saying it sucks for all three of these guys. I kind of do agree with Mark Rob with Mark Davis because we were talking about on the pod. He was finding his footing. A lot of people wrote him off after Kyle Fletcher rose to prominency. Um,
Oh,
and
ZSJ.
Yeah.
Well,
ZSJ.
that
I
that don't
forgot
count.
about
Well,
that
We
shit.
don't.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah. That goes to show you, how relevant that brain was.
But obviously, injuries fucking suck, and no matter what medium it is, hope these guys rest up, and I hope that they have a spot waiting for them when they come back. They didn't specify what his injury was, right, on the Fightful Select report.
No,
No,
No, they
okay.
just
not
said he
not on
needed
the
to have
timeline.
surgery.
Surgery?
Oh,
Yeah, they said
surgery.
they did say he needed to have surgery in the report that they
And
dropped
Dave
last
said it was
night.
a broken hand this morning. That's what
Uh,
the hand stuff came in.
Yeah, because he was. If you notice, like
well, I
kind of
know Jay
on
White
television, he's kind of
had
grabbing his
the hand
hand.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so Mark Davis isn't the one who needs surgery, right?
I said Jay
I
does.
think so.
Oh, I thought y'all said. I
Wait,
thought y'all
what?
said Mark
Yeah,
needed the surgery.
I thought you were talking about Mark too.
Wait, so who?
Yeah, I knew Jay
Wait.
White
So
had a
who
broken
needs
hand.
surgery?
Jay
Right,
White
like-
needs
Jay
surgery.
White.
Because I was like, what the hell?
Torn pec, you don't need surgery. Usually heals naturally, but yeah. Hopefully, what Mark has isn't something too serious.
Well, it
Damn.
depends. It depends on the level of the pec injury that Orange has. If he has like a super severe, where it's like hanging off the fucking bone and shit, well, he'll definitely need surgery. But
Yeah.
if it's like light torn pec, he'll just
Yeah.
heal it naturally.
Yeah, if it's like Cody levels of that, then definitely.
Now I'm thinking about it. Just like thinking, we can talk about this throughout the show too. With both, Takeshi is going to leave for Japan soon. The Sakura Genesis tournament, not tournament, Sakura Genesis. What's it called?
Pay per view
No, I know it's not the
show.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, the show.
No.
Yes.
Oh, the match.
Yeah, he has a match there, but I mean the tour, the Sakura Genesis tour, like
There.
with all the tour.
There you
Takeshi's
go.
probably gonna be gone for that soon. And maybe I think he's gonna spend an extended amount of time there. And now with Mark Davis down for an undisclosed amount of time, I really do think, and this was like my idea of like for the whole time. I think Josh Alexander can come in, and he has a spot just waiting for him, being a part of the Don Callis family. Because now they're just down to what the Murder Machines and Fletcher, because
Yeah.
Takeshi's
All
gonna
three
go out
guys.
for a while. So I mean, I wouldn't mind Josh Alexander. I think everyone wants him. Like that's a spot everyone thinks he's gonna get, because he's an international wrestler, and Don's always scheming.
Well, Cage is also hurt,
Right.
by the way.
Cage is also hurt. Yeah. Damn,
Oh,
the
shit.
family's getting fucked up.
Yeah,
They think it's
so
him.
they need it fucking sucks too, because like I always say, I think the Don Callis family is like easily the best faction in wrestling right now. They have like consistently good. All the members are good at wrestling. Damn. So yeah, I think Josh could slot in pretty well there, and if yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But hopefully all these guys get well soon.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
they're Marcus.
I did not realize how thin the damn Callis family was gonna be. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. That's
Well,
that
luckily,
does
Takeshi
suck.
will be around because Soccer Genesis is this weekend and he's in the Owen, so he'll be around for a little bit. So we're good on that front.
Stay
Thankfully.
for a little bit longer. I don't hate the Alexander idea to the family. It's the only spot where I'm even kind of remotely interested in him, to be honest with you.
Same.
So if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Yeah, the Walker
Damn, bro.
can work in with Callis, the Canadian strong style. Y'all rocking with that?
Oh, y'all so mad. This Canadian strong style.
I hate, bro. Strong style is Japanese. Stop with the fucking British strong style. Stop with the Canadian strong style. Just call it strong style. You don't have to put your fucking country in front of it. We get you're from Canada.
Niggas wrapping flags around the word strong style like it's the world of nations. Right? What y'all
Yo,
doing?
they're low-key doing strong style imperialism. What's that all about? That's kind of fucked
my
up.
God, it's crazy, bro.
I'm saying, like, y'all are white. Stop.
I do think they gotta start running some vignettes for Alexander though. He's not the type of wrestler where you can just debut him like as a show, like. And I'm not saying he's like this highly unknown dude. He was in TNA, but like that's all he's never wrestled in AEW before, and he's like, Speedball got a great reaction, but like AEW, I don't know.
He's a little different.
He's different.
He's a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
He's
So
Catching Maple Leaf. Like people, they knew they were watching those things.
I would have Dark Callis like after Dynasty, like I have this guy coming in, blah blah blah. They should start running some packages from. But we can get into Super Chats or Dynasty, whatever you or oh my God, Dynamite, whatever y'all want to get into.
All right, let's get into some of these super chats. Bam, 5. A daily reminder that y'all are goats. Sending an extra goat for AO. Jay White. Heartbroken. We will belt you soon. TNT. Kenny Omega, my goat of goats. Raccoon Main FC goat. Shout out to Raccoon Main.
Shout out Raccoon Main. Shout out Bell. I don't know about that TNT thing quite yet.
Shout out AO.
We'll figure that out.
Shout out Ayo who swerved us, but that's a story, a story for a different day. Elite Merchant, $2. John Moxley, quote unquote John Moxley, quote unquote Darby Allen, quote unquote Mount Everest, quote unquote Cope. Yo,
Climb that mountain.
Yo,
what that mountain gonna say?
listen.
What happened, y'all? What happened? What happened, y'all? I don't.
Yo,
What happened?
Listen, I'm not.
hey, man.
Listen, I really don't like that the fan base is. I don't want to say turning on Darby, but like, yo, they've been shitting on Darby these last couple of days, and it's not even his fault. Well, actually, it's his fucking fault. It's his fault that he wanted to climb Mount Everest. When we need him now, if he was the big plan. But I love Darby still. I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. But it's just I'm past him having to be the one to beat Moxley. It should be Swerve. I think it's going to be Swerve. And I don't feel bad about wanting Swerve over Darby at this point. Yeah, so I like Darby, John Moxley. John Moxley, outside the Cope feud for a while, I think he's been pretty good. He's been really good in this Swerve feud in general. I think he respects Swerve. I'm not saying he doesn't respect Cope or anything, but like Mox and Swerve came from the same background, deathmatch wrestlers, PCW and all that stuff. So I think he respects Swerve an extra amount. So I'm glad he's Cope. Yeah, I was seeing people on timeline praising that, not praising, but saying, yeah, Cope still got it. Cope still got it. I was watching that Claudio match like, yeah, I'm sure he
Okay.
does. But I was like, it's cool.
It wasn't like a bad match.
we could kind of use this super chat to get into the start of the show. But go ahead, Marcus. My fault.
I was like, that Claudio and Kobe was like bad or anything. It's just like, okay, why is this going past 20 minutes? You don't need it to go this long. No one wants to watch Cope go 20 minutes in 2025 on TV. Like, let's wrap it up, please. Plus, we went on the stuff that happened with Swerve and everything, too. So it's just like, okay, let me just look at my phone and shit. But as far as Darby Allin goes, I ain't gonna turn on him or nothing like that. He's still one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Probably the best TV wrestler of all time in my book. But brother, when we're talking about the World Championship, go ahead and climb that mountain. We got it.
Mhm.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Bro.
Yo,
And I know you good too. So go ahead and climb that mountain.
look, you're being nice about that main event. The fact that was the main event was a fucking disgrace. I don't care if it was for the story, whatever, because it wasn't even involved in the backstage segment. That match should have never touched the main event.
No.
All love and respect. It really, I felt like they were trying. I felt like they were giving it all physically. I just could not care at all. I couldn't care, and I won't care because it's terrible. And I know that everyone has all this love and respect for Claudio, and I do too. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. He's one of the greatest, like, I don't know the right word for it, but just pure wrestlers ever. But he's not good right now. He's in a bad spot, and maybe that's Death Riders. Maybe that's him. He hasn't been good for a while now. Giving that the main event was the wrong decision. If it was going to involve the Death Riders afterwards, I would have understood, and it kind of did. It kind of did, but I still don't think that matchup deserves it where we're currently at, especially if it's going to go that long. My God.
Yeah. And Cope, like, he didn't even, like, it's not like he was out there to help Swerve. It wasn't out there to lend anything to, like, the beatdown of Swerve. So why was it the main event? Why couldn't it fucking, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of stuff in the show that could have main evented. Not saying that's a bad show. It's more like a story-driven episode in general.
Mhm.
I'm not saying there were not good matches, but like that just if it wasn't gonna play into the finish, what was the point of it main eventing? It's not like Cope is this big draw who people are gonna stay to the show to watch.
Nor has he ever been.
Ever been. I don't know why they just didn't like. I get that the Swerve calling out Mox was cool and everything, but like Dynamite ending with fucking just a somber ending with Willow getting hit with the Death Rider, and Swerve just like staring at Moxie screaming, blah blah blah. Would have been a good ending to the show.
Yeah.
And I like the ending to the show though. I'm saying, but like the mixed tag could have main evented. And
There were different routes to take, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
What they did work. It's just that
a couple of different routes they could have took. Yeah.
Yeah, like what they did work. I get what they're going for because they want to do a whole show line story. It's just that I didn't need Claudio and Cope going 20 minutes to get there,
I don't
especially
know
when they
what
play into it.
Colt can do. Like he can't. There's nothing he does for me at this point. You
Yeah.
know, um, when he first came in, like I was like really excited. Not really excited because I didn't. I'm not even. I've never been a huge Edge fan or anything. But like he was having good matches, so I was like, oh shit, if this is what he's gonna do from now on. Cool. Maybe the leg really just the injury at Double or Nothing last year really set him back a little bit. But
Yeah.
if that's the case, don't put him in the main event of Dynamite. Never ever let this nigga main event a pay per view again. I mean, I think
No,
that's much said, but he
The
just
Death
doesn't
Rider
do anything for
stuff,
me right now.
it hurt him so bad. Like all the Death Rider stuff, really, because I remember being there. The TNJ title reign was great. He had a great run. He was
I
having good
enjoyed it.
matches, like you said. And we were going to get something really good, I feel like, at last year's All In that would have paid that all off. But then he, jumped off of Cage feet first. That probably wasn't the best decision. I mean, looking
not at
back at
all.
it, he tried to do it again last night, too, which was terrifying. But,
He almost smoked his ankles last night, bro. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
scary
he's
business.
too tall for the shit he does sometimes. Like
Yeah.
he's
A
too
little bit.
tall. Also, Claudio, you're not like excused. Your output has also been kind of crazy lately. When's the last good Claudio match, bro? Like, and I had an argument with somebody a couple weeks ago. Like, to me, Claudio had like a bottom three C2 this year, and
He
people
had
were
a
looking at
boring
me
match with
crazy.
Osprey.
Yeah,
Osprey.
it's definitely joining the Death Rider stuff with all the members except for
Mhm.
Moxley. Moxley still has good matches, other than like the Revolution maybe. He still has good matches, but even like Pac, I'm excited for the Cash Wheeler match because Cash Wheeler's a crackhead and he'll probably like force Pac to go balls to the walls. But all of them are kind of just like so passive now, and they don't do the stuff like their quirky things that they used to do that made them like watchable, not watchable, made them like you want to watch, must watch. But yeah, I'm good off both those dudes for a good little minute, especially in the main event.
Get him
Yeah.
away from this story. I know the whole trio stuff is gonna happen Sunday, and whatnot. I think that match will be okay. I think. I'm just waiting for the FTR heel turn at this point. I don't really care about the
Yeah,
trios.
it has to happen. Listen, I'm not really invested in the story, but I'm invested in heel FTR. I like heel FTR. They should be a heel tag team. Um,
Yes, FTR is
yeah,
at their best. Truly, I think FTR is at their best when they're heels.
Yeah.
They've never really been good baby faces.
If it's for a
Like
long time
they were
too.
good. They were good baby faces. Like at the beginning when they had the Bucks match, and then like when they had like the two collision matches that everybody like loves to yell about. But it's like since then, what have they really done that's great as baby faces? Like they're not. It just doesn't. This whole like and I think Crystal or AO was the one of the two were the ones that made the point. This whole just flips and no flips, just punches, just no flips, just kicks or whatever. That's not like a babyface gimmick. It's really
No.
not. It's not a babyface gimmick. And so it's like, with that being said, that's why they work so well as heels is because they do stuff, not that you don't want to see, but they're anti the stuff that you want to see, and it plays really well when they're facing other babyface wrestlers. So,
They just haven't had anything interesting to do either.
bro, like
And they've been uninteresting as
Yeah,
characters. They need to spice up. They need something to switch things up. It's needed for a long time. I'm glad we're finally
It's-
doing something, but
it's been 3
that's
years since
why
they've been baby faces too. That's too long for guys who
and
aren't
that
great at it.
and when you
that's why
peak as high
I
as
think
they
that's
did,
why
bro, it's hard to get
I think
back.
that's why
Yeah.
the ending to the first Bucks and FTR match worked so well is because they're anti flips, and so when Cash did a flip, it kind of made sense that that's what fucked them over and played into the Young Bucks winning because they went against they went against what they're against, and they were like, oh, I'm gonna do a flip to get back at the Bucks, but ultimately the Bucks were like, you kind of suck at flips, brother, and beat them. So yeah, I think they do need to turn heel, and this it's kind of been a waste.
my
Go
I don't know,
ahead.
man.
No, go ahead.
What is Edge gonna do? Because I'm pretty sure Edge isn't turning heel with them. I think they're gonna turn on Edge, and like,
Mhm.
is Daniel Garcia gonna turn heel soon too? And is it gonna be like them as a trio, or like is this just gonna be Edge versus FTR, like a
Yo,
solo
How do
versus
you get
tag
a
team.
yo,
Is
they're just
Christian
trying to
Chris,
get
gonna
to the
turn
Christian thing.
face? Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. FTR heel turn, fuck everyone else. I don't care, bro. Just rock with it.
yeah,
They
I'm
should
excited
beat
for
the
that
they
too.
should beat the fuck out of Cope, and Cope can get a friend. Maybe he can get an old friend. Maybe something like that. But we're talking Danny Garcia getting involved with them, I don't want to see
So
that pairing for
speaking
a
of,
minute, bro.
That's all right.
I'm cool off so many people in AEW, and it's crazy because how much I'm enjoying their product right now. But there's a lot of people in AEW I'm just so cool off of right now. It's like
Name a
I
couple.
love.
Who are they, Christo?
Before I say what I said, he wasn't even on the fucking show. Let me not. What's the next? No shit. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to be the guy who people say is turning on someone. Like you're not allowed to say someone's output isn't good anymore, or you're turning on them. But fuck it. Yo, Daniel Garcia's output with the TNT title has been crazy to see. He needs to change something, or he needs to lose the title. Well, he should lose the title no matter
Listen,
what. In my
hey,
opinion.
look,
But I don't
DG,
know.
bro, DG, bro. If you wanna, if Adam Cole says, "Yo, let's have a takeover match this Sunday," you better get to doing it, nigga, because you got to do something.
I gotta go
You
lie.
got
Yo,
That's
you got to
probably
do
the best version
something.
of that match.
that's
I ain't
that's
gonna
what the
lie.
match should be. Let's
Oh my god!
there's
When he
no
does
other version of
NXT
that match
face,
I want to see.
when he does NXT face, I'm adding a star. Sad.
In that
We
video
ain't
game gear
gotta
he's
go.
got.
We ain't gotta go full like. You gonna bring back the Halo gear from Revolution 2022?
Yo, that Halo gear was fucking
Oh my god, that
crazy.
was so fire! Y'all
Oh,
don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
I
Y'all
like
wasn't
that
paying
match
Oh
too.
attention.
man.
People don't talk about that match. It's a good match. But that gear was crazy.
like damn, you hit the whole Master Chief armor and shit. You're too little for this, my man. What are you doing? Look at
Yo,
that
Oh,
Halloween costume.
oh.
Okay, bro.
you could sell me on a title switch this Sunday. Is all I'm gonna say. You could sell it. You could sell it to me.
Whatever.
I don't know.
I
I'm
would
like
do
the
it. I
program
would
a
do
little
it
bit.
because listen,
Of course
I
you
would
No.
would,
do it
bro.
Yeah, of
because
course.
even if right, hypothetically, Ricochet doesn't walk out of this Sunday with the championship, which he's not. Obviously, I don't know
He's
why I said
not.
hypothetically. But hypothetically, Ricochet goes for the TNT title next. Adam Cole doesn't need to have a fucking 80-day reign with the TNT title, bro. He doesn't. He doesn't need to have a 3-month, 4-month, 5-month reign with the TNT title. He could hold it. When is Double or Nothing?
It's like in a month.
It's like May something. Late May.
May. Is it late May or is it
Late
mid
May.
May?
Late
It's late
May.
May. That
Like
so that would be
27th or something.
April. That would be what? April 6th all the way till like May 25th, May 26th or something like that. That would literally be like a month and a half.
May
I'm
And it
20th.
would
good,
be
bro.
fine.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
It'd be
good.
fine.
Yeah. May 25th.
Aw.
Yeah.
I don't need Adam Cole to have a title reign. I think his output's been pretty decent lately, even though that DG match 2 collisions ago was bad.
Output's been better than
Hey,
DG's.
I wasn't even saying we should do it. I'm just saying you could sell
No,
me
I
on
get
it.
it. You could sell
You could sell me on it.
I don't know. You could sell me on it. I don't really care who wins as long as a Kyle Fletcher or Ricochet or someone like that has that title by Double or Nothing. I don't really care.
Hey man, it look his output
They've
been
been
better
like
than
low key the
DG's.
focus of Collision.
They have been.
Yeah.
And it's like they're giving them this chance. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, they're not doing anything." They gave DG and Cole this chance to be the main focus of one of the shows, a show that's good, has been good all 2025. And I think they've been maybe not the weakest part of Collision, but not the strongest part.
It's just like
It's been serviceable.
it's
It's
just
been
it's
First match
fine.
was
serviceable.
good.
Yeah,
It's just
it was
fine.
serviceable.
The first match, I really liked the
The
first
first
match. The
match was
second
good.
match,
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was good.
I haven't necessarily loved either of the matches, to be honest with you. But I am glad that they are getting that chance. I'm glad that they got that promo segment where they're in the ring together, talking back and forth because they're good talkers. That was last week. I'm looking forward to the match. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how it's going to finish.
I swear to
But
God, they go long.
I really hope that they go out there and kill it. I really do.
Yeah, for both of them, mostly for DG because I like DG a lot, and I know he has a big fan base, but like he's the way he's wrestling right now, it's just not something I want to see.
It's
And I'm
just
not
something
just
missing.
I don't need to see flips all the time. I don't need to see high paced action. Just wrestle like you did when you were a heel. Do backdrop drivers. Do all these crazy submissions you used to do. You know,
Mhm.
I don't want to see a jackknife pin as your finisher, bro. I
That was
don't.
crazy.
It's so
That
annoying.
jackknife shit is crazy.
Knowing
Like if
what
you
you
do it
have
to
in your
like
bag.
doing it to Shane Taylor is one thing, but you're doing it to people who are literally your size. Like, bro, what? Do the power
Yeah,
driver, do the dragon tamer, anything else. Hell, even a
I hope
CrossFit,
I
something.
really do hope they have a good match on Sunday. I really do hope. I
Yeah.
think they will. I think they'll show out. I think Cole ran the Philly Indies for a good amount of time, so crowd probably behind him. And I know
Hmm.
BG's from Buffalo, Philly,
Hey,
and not Buffalo, yeah, Buffalo. So Philly and New
we
York are
made it,
pretty close.
y'all. We
What the fuck is
made it,
that?
y'all.
Did this nigga just
Oh
put
my
Von
Devon,
Wagner
god.
on my fucking
Come
screen?
we
on,
we
bro.
we made it, y'all.
What is
We
wrong with
made it.
you?
We made it,
This is a
y'all.
Dynamite
We're
review,
on
bro.
Yeah,
we're
not
on
gonna lie, I'm gonna kill you.
Thursdays. We'll be on Dynamite very soon.
Hmm.
Not gonna lie, Rob, we gonna kill you.
What's that? What happened?
That nigga did not just put.
What happened?
All right, bro.
Let's we'll open
Moving
Dynamite
on,
for you
y'all. Yeah, we
guys.
know so. Moving on, y'all ain't see
Yeah,
nothing.
What happened,
let's get
y'all?
to
What
the opening
happened?
of
Why
The
Dynamite,
wait,
views,
why are
man.
niggas upset? Yo, why
the
are niggas
views of the
upset?
Dynamite
What's going
review do
on?
not necessarily reflect the views of Sir Paragraph. Let's move on.
What's going on?
Anyways,
Anyway, Swerve and Willow took on John Moxley and Marina Shafir in the beginning of Dynamite. I'm gonna preface this by saying, and this is really the only thoughts that I have on this match. Listen, man, I don't know what y'all be looking at. I don't know what y'all be studying or watching in y'all free time. I don't know what y'all got going on with you know what y'all got in y'all lives or whatever. But this Marina Shafir good push needs to stop. It has to stop. Y'all got to stop
Who's
pushing
saying
this
Bro,
that?
agenda. Y'all got to
the
y'all
worst
every
people
bro,
time.
you know.
Listen,
absolutely.
Marina has
That's
a
not real.
few shitty indie matches in front of decent crowds
That's not real.
and people and with a few decent reactions and people go, "Oh my god, Marina Shafir's getting better. She's getting better. She's getting better." No, she's not. She's not. And she hasn't got. Y'all did the same thing when she was coming to my fucking city at that fucking Dynamite and she had a few indie matches. Y'all did the same shit then. Y'all was like, "Oh my god, Marina Shafir is getting better. She's getting better. She's good now. She's getting better." And then she went out there with Sky Blue and stunk it up. Sky Blue wasn't a decent wrestler at that time, and she was worse than Sky Blue. So y'all gotta
What is
stop
Sky
this.
Blue? Is she hurt?
She's
Yeah,
hurt. She's still
she
hurt.
broke her ankle or something, I think.
Fletcher said she'll be back sooner than we think, is what he said in an interview. So, yeah.
Oh my
She
god,
was doing good.
when she becomes his
She was
valet. Oh
fine in
my
her room.
god.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, anyway.
All
But
women need to
no,
be valets to you, huh?
So,
don't ask
misogyny.
me. I'm just letting you know. Don't ask me that question. But anyway, no,
Well, yo, what?
What is it? What do you mean
I'm
by that, bro?
kidding. Oh my god, y'all, it's a joke, y'all.
Yo, let's rewind that right quick.
Well,
What was
what
y'all
that one
saying?
nigga said, what that one nigga said when you play Fortnite. It's just my opinion. You can't cancel me. It's just my opinion. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding, y'all. It's a joke. But sir,
Male Screen Rob
I'm
is
not
crazy.
saying she has to be a straight up valet. She can manage a nigga and wrestle.
I mean,
Like
yeah, I know
valet
what you
doesn't
mean.
kill
Like
your
she can
career,
be
you
on
know.
some Lena shit. I mean, I don't want her.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want
Junior
that.
Hart doesn't shit
So,
either.
I'm good off that, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, she can manage and cut the promos, right, Rob?
Sky Blue and cut promos is crazy.
Crystal, take over
That's
my food
wild.
here.
Yeah, so Dynamite opened with the mixed tag match: Willow Nightingale and Swerve Strickland versus Marina Shafir and John Moxley. I thought it was a fun match. Marina being really bad aside, she's like really bad.
She's
They
fucking
tried,
terrible.
they hit it as best as she could, as best as they could. That's what they made it the tornado attack. But she's not good, and it's it's been like 10 years.
Bro, those
I don't
cameras
know.
were running away from her. They didn't want to even get close.
I would
Yeah,
too.
she's
I get it.
And I
this
get
far.
it.
She's not good.
She almost
Look at
killed
Willow.
Willow. Oh shit.
Almost fucking killed Willow, bro. In Fortnite. It was crazy.
Like, just give
I
her
mean, but
more
not everyone
time.
has to be a wrestler, you know. Like she is someone who should just be like someone who's just there based on like she has a really cool look. Like she has this fucking Black Widow esque look, you know, the Russian spy type of look. She is from Russia, right? She's Russian.
Moldova, which is, I mean,
No, yeah, okay.
USSR shit. So same
Yeah,
thing.
so she has that type of look where she looks like she's a cool looking like like aesthetic for the Death Riders, and really just in general, she has a cool aesthetic. but she's just not good at wrestling, and not everyone is going to be good at wrestling. So you should not try everyone. Make everyone be like a wrestler. I don't think she did absolutely horrible, but like I don't want to see Willow versus fucking Marina Shafir in a singles match because that would
And,
be bad for Willow.
and neither did AEW because that's why they did a mixed tornado tag.
Yeah. I hope that's the end to Marina and Willow's feud. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think the match was really fun. Willow was doing a lot of cool things. Obviously, Swerve and Moxley have pretty good chemistry. I don't remember their C2 match that well. I know they had a match together there, but they had pretty
Their
good
interactions
chemistry.
here were better than the
Yeah.
C2 match way back when.
Yeah, John Moxley had a weird C2. He had some good matches, but he had a weird
Hey,
C2.
so did
That whole
Swerve.
Dynamite side of it was
Yeah,
weird.
Swerve did.
Honestly.
Yeah, that
That was such a
was.
weird tournament because the gold side was
Yeah.
like loaded, but they were much worse than the collision side. The
The
blue
Collision side
division.
was like ready to die every damn Saturday. And like, the Dynamite side was like cool matches.
The collision
Yeah.
circuit had people who mixed with their style. Like everyone's style is really mixed with each other's. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but Roosh and fucking Swerve don't have styles that mix. Mark Briscoe had a pretty good tournament. I think
Mark
he had a
Briscoe
good match
was
with
he was the
everyone.
MVP of the Gold League. If
Yeah.
there was anyone.
They had Jay Lethal in
But
that damn league, so it's like, you know.
yeah, but I thought this match was really fun. I like mixed tag stuff. I like when women and men interact, like especially Willow, like who's like based on nothing, like over no matter the gender. She's one of the most over people in AEW. So I'm glad she was like, a guy Moxley was like willing to take stuff from her. He took a big pounce from her.
The
There was some
cameras
women
missed it though.
they missed
Sadly,
it for some
that was the
fucking reason.
craziest miss I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
it just cuts a Mox sprawled out, looking dead as fuck on the table.
I was like, come on, we didn't get a replay or anything either. I was like, damn.
But yeah, good stuff. I like some women on men wrestling, like in like little. I don't need intergender stuff all the time. And that's not like me saying intergender wrestling is bad, but it's just like it's a slippery slope nowadays with intergender wrestling. But I like stuff like this.
No comment.
Marina Shafir taking the house call from Swerve she did it pretty well. She like that spot was pretty well done by her. It was like the best thing she did in the match. She timed it well. And then obviously Swerve and Willow won. And then Mox hit Willow with the Death Rider. And Swerve was like,
Snuck
yo,
in
I'm gonna, yes, that shit was crazy.
Wow.
So, that's like the pulls on the heartstrings. That was something that's what the Death Rider should have been this whole time. Pulling on the heartstrings of fans. And obviously that doesn't mean you have to fucking DDT or Death Rider every woman we like or everyone we like, but in this case it worked really well. And I thought it was a fun time, Marina Shafir aside. What about y'all?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Willow was the star of the match by a country mile. Like she's just so over. It's ridiculous. Like it doesn't matter what she's doing, no matter what she's doing anything with. People love her and will stand by her. So her being the one to take that Death Rider was perfect because it's like, oh shit, if you just want to kill Willow, it's like shooting the Mockingbird. Like, Jones, you're going to hell for that. And
I think she's winning to Owen, by the way, to cut you off.
She's not in it.
She's not in it? Wait, I thought she was in it.
No.
Who the fuck is gonna win then?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get to that later. Yeah, keep going. My bad.
Like I said, like Marina Shafir being like the worst person I've ever seen on my own two guys aside. Like, why did you almost kill Willow? Like, fam, the spot wasn't gonna work.
That was so spooky,
lift her up,
bro.
and he just dropped her anyway. She almost missed the damn table, and then almost hit head first. I'm like, Jesus Christ, lady! Either learn how to do a powerbomb or don't do this at all. Like everyone in real time on the timeline realizing, oh, that's why Willow and Maria never had a one-on-one match on TV. That's why I was never going to be on a pay-per-view because she fucking sucks.
Yeah, she's bad. Oh, bro, it would never make a fucking pay-per-view. It shouldn't make a Dynamite.
No.
And it's not because she's just bad. Bad wrestlers in general, not just regardless of gender. Bad wrestlers should not be on TV. They should not be wrestling. And like I don't know what it is with Marina. She was in the PC, so you can't say, oh, she was, maybe she was in the PC for a good amount of time. She did the indies. I just don't think she translated well from the UFC. Not everyone does.
It happens.
Y'all sat there and begged. Listen, a certain section of the fan base was like, Outrunners good. They should be pushed. They should be. And what happened when they got a pay-per-view match? They stunk the fuck up.
Yeah.
Not everybody should be on pay-per-view.
1.5-star match with the coolest tag team in all of wrestling right now is crazy. But that's not here.
Get ready to hashtag grab that briefcase.
Grab that briefcase and don't
Hmm.
let it go until we take that title back someday. But yeah, like the match was
Yo,
cool. I
Mox,
like
we can see the title.
yeah, that's the beautiful championship we got. Can we see it, big
Oh,
bro?
You don't know. I am the champion. It's the wild, wild west out here. I can't just sling my gun around.
Imagine,
You know, it's a
imagine.
thing about
Yo,
these type of
imagine.
people. The type of guy I am. Yeah, I'm the guy that has the championship, so you don't have to see it. I'm the champion. You see me every week.
I'm the world champion. I'm the
Uh,
mountain.
like, come on, bro. Can we see the fucking belt, my nigga? Shit. Fuck.
Golly, nigga, we starving out here. But no, I like the intergender stuff. It was cool. AEW like and Tony Khan just straight up like never really liked the intergender stuff, and then just saying, you know what, Willow, it come with Death Rider, Marina, it come with House Call. We're gonna tease a fucking big pressure and Death Rider spot side by side. Let's just go crazy.
that was a cool spot.
That was wild.
Yeah.
But did y'all notice that like Swerve was straight up yelling Marina spots at Marina the whole match?
Oh, he was. Yep. They got to the top rope and he was like screaming at her to tell her what to do.
That nigga was scared of his life. He was scared for his life.
He saw Willow go down and said, "Not me, not me."
He's like, "You're not gonna hurt me, man. I got a bag."
Yeah, that nigga was scared, bro.
Grab that
But it
briefcase.
was fun match. Fun match. Fun stuff. And it played
Let's-
into the end of Dynamite.
Emotional angle, yeah.
Moving
Good
forward,
business.
it would be nice if we stop being so cowardly with intergender wrestling. It's good when used in the right ways.
Yeah.
If all the wrestlers involved are down for it, if they all agree to do all the spots in the match, then they should be allowed to do it. Like, and it's stuff like this. That it allows you to have fun matches like these. Only AEW can book these type of matches. The Fed won't ever touch it. So if you have that opportunity, why not play with it a little bit? Have a little fun with it.
Yeah, the fact, they ran away from their old selves. I said, it was a couple of years ago when I know this might be a crazy example, but when Brock was in Atlanta, it was in Atlanta. Yo, chill, yo,
Brock,
can I finish? Yo,
nigga,
why niggas looking at me crazy?
Nigga, you okay?
Yo, can we relax? I was about to
my
say.
bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, my fault, bro.
I said 2 years ago. I said when Brock was trolling Cody and his mom in Atlanta. I said, yo, if this was like 20 years ago, Brock would have like F5'd his mom. Well, like they don't do shit like that no more. So I wasn't saying they should have done it. I'm saying like if it was a different time, they would have done it.
Low-key,
But you know, that's why they kind of went away from it, bro. They went away from it so bad. Like they took it out of the video games and stuff too. Like,
Hey, y'all heard it here first.
Absolutely not.
Y'all heard it here first. Rob said the world too woke now. You heard
That's
it
what
here
he's saying.
first.
It's really what you're saying right
He
now.
said video games, they ruined them.
Hey, just so y'all know who put that intro in before this damn show. That man right there, Mr. Paragraph, did it.
Yeah. What was next on the show?
I forget what was next. Did they check on Willow? Was that next?
Yeah, they checked on
Yeah,
Willow.
so it was next on the show. They checked on Willow, and Swerve looked in the camera. And he told everybody, he said, "I promise, I will have my hands on John Moxley before the show is over." So that was that. That was the end of the Willow business for the night. And then
They showed the Owen brackets, and then
they showed the Owen brackets. Of course. Okay, so let me pull up the Owen bracket right quick.
The men's side is all around very good. I think the women's side, the first round is lacking, but once we get past that, then I think it's really, really, really exciting.
What part? Who's lacking? Who
Hey man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to have to be the one to say it,
Oh my god.
But yeah, no. Okay, so let's get into the men bracket first. I got it pulled up right here. Actually, I'm gonna save it and put it up on the screen. 1 second, please. 1 second, please.
It's not even really one
Owen?
side. It's more of one of these actions.
Yeah, it's more like, okay, we know that's gonna happen here and over here. It was kind of cool after the first round, but then semis get good.
Yeah. The second
where
round of the
fuck-
women's is where things are gonna get like that's real shit.
They booked like the first round of the NCAA tournament. Like one side is facing like straight 16 seeds, and the other one's facing.
Oh, you just put it up like that. Okay, cool.
There you go.
All right.
Look at
So
this bad boy.
the first round, Ospreay and Kevin Knight. Obviously, they announced at the beginning of the show that Jay White was taken out. So of course, in his place was Kevin Knight, who he beat on Saturday. Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita, and on that side of the bracket, and then on the other side of the bracket, we get a rematch of the awesome match from post C2 collision and in the C2. I think didn't they have a match in the C2 if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, they had an awesome match.
yes.
Yeah, okay,
Briscoe
yeah,
beat
they
him.
had it's another match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher, and then we have Hangman Page versus the Wild Card. Now, before we get into the women's bracket, while I save that picture, who do we think? Let's get into the nitty gritty of the situation first. Who do we think is the wild card of the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gotta be Max, right?
that's what we were thinking too. In
It kind
Discord
of
last
scares
night.
me.
Yeah, because if
No
it's
need to be
Max,
scared,
so?
Rob. No need to be scared. We're headed. We have bigger things. It's all.
The winner of the Owen main event's all in, right?
Yes.
oh, it,
Yo, all love
I'm
and
still thinking
respect.
Hangman will win
It's-
whoever it is, right?
It's not going to be Darby.
I
All
feel
of
like
respect. It's not going to
Fuck
be Darby.
no. And if it
It's
is
not
Darby,
Darby,
he better fucking strap up and take the loss.
yes,
In
you
that
taking a
fucking wild
buckshot, my
card.
boy.
I think Hangman's, no matter who's the wild card is, I think Hangman's gonna win.
Yeah. It gets
The
spooky if it's
Owen.
Max, but
If it's
if
Max, it's spooky. Yeah, it's spooky if it's
I
Max.
don't think it's necessarily that spooky, but
Oh, you know,
the finals is where things get very spooky depending on what
Ospreay and
team you're
Hangman
on.
is spooky.
I think that's the finals for sure. Looking at these brackets, undoubtedly that's the finals.
and the
No,
way
I
it played
agree.
out, it feels like it's the final anyway.
I agree.
Thing is, I don't think we get an Osprey all in main event until they go back to Wembley next year.
I don't believe that, and I don't want that. I think Ospreay should hold the belt for the end of the
That's a
year.
dangerous game to play.
Very
Yeah,
dangerous.
now that I'm thinking about it, no matter who the wild card is, Hangman's gonna win because the winner of that faces
Shit.
presumably Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, Hangman
Shit.
Fletcher, Hangman Briscoe.
Oh boy.
We in, baby.
No, because the thing is though with that though, the thing is you could just have Will Ospreay win the world title later on this year, and you can have Swerve win the Owen next year, and then you could that's how we get to Swerve Ospreay in the main event of All In next year, because that would be my main event of All In next year.
Sure.
I think this year has to be Swerve versus Hangman. I think it has to be.
I'm on that team, Chris. You know I'm with you on that front. With the wild card, if it is MJF, like I think we all believe it'll be, I think that could actually be a better story for him. Him coming back to the Hurt Syndicate instead of they need him. He said, "I need you guys. I'm not winning. I can't win. I need the help. I need you, Montel. I need it."
I can see that. I didn't say that exact thing. I need you, Montel.
Bob, please, big bro.
This bracket, like Hangman aside, not Hangman aside, but like main event of All In aside, this is like a really good bracket. I think. Like the matchups on round two are gonna be good no matter what. Like if it's Hangman versus Mark Briscoe, that's the first time matchup. That's gonna be amazing.
Stupid
A lot of heart. And if it's Fletcher versus Hangman, oh my god, like that's a pay-per-view main event.
That's a match of the year contender.
I'm
If you're
giving
asking me,
that 5 on the spreadsheet already. I'm just like,
Yeah, and then on the other side, we have Brody versus Takeshita would be good, but we all know Kevin Knight's not beating Ospreay. I think
it'll be a
have
great
really good
showcase
showing.
match.
It'll be a good, really good showcase
it'll be a
match.
really good show for him.
Then we get a rematch of Takeshita versus Ospreay, presumably, which is also like that was like a top 3 match for me last year.
That was some state of the art shit they did Revolution last year, bro. If
Yeah.
they bring it back again,
yo, when you're in the building and you see a man die like that on a brain buster,
bro,
you don't forget it.
Ospreay has to. That's why I think Hangman is definitely winning his bracket because we're not gonna do Ospreay versus Fletcher again this soon. That would defeat the cage match. So I'm really excited. This is like the best Owen bracket I think there's ever been. And I think we Hangman should have won last year, but we remake that wrong and we win this year.
We call that righting a wrong, Chris.
Yeah.
we'll right that wrong. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Ooh, nigga, oh my god. I'm just thinking.
This how real it is, bro. This shit get about real as it get. We get Brody King in there too. I'm really happy he's getting a chance. Like he's on that trajectory of a lot of guys that kind of on the come up in AEW where like they get a lot of matches. They'll take pins and stuff like that. But like when they show out enough to the point where Tony just kind of rewards them and throws them a bone.
That's what happened with Fletcher, man.
Yeah.
And Brody's showing out too.
He is, and
His entrance is
like,
fucking sick.
he's
as well.
awesome, bro. I love the ski mask. I do hope Brody comes back soon. But I love Brody. I'm loving that they keeping him on TV.
Mhm.
Him feuding with the Don Callis family a bit is really good stuff. But yeah, I'm excited. Rob, pull up that women's bracket for us, big bro.
All right, got you. This is the women's bracket. All right, so Jamie Hayter and Billy Starks in the first round on one side, Thunder Rosa versus Chris Statlander on the bottom, and on the same side. Then on the other side, we got Athena versus Harley Cameron, and then we have Mercedes Moné versus Julia Hart.
Interesting.
Yeah, those will be a couple of them will be very interesting first round matchups for sure.
Yeah, the other side is like cool, like 5-12s and like 8-9 The right side of the bracket is like Duke in North Carolina versus LIU Brooklyn and like Siena or some shit. That's really what it is.
I'm really like this. Like the men's bracket to me is way more like predictable. Not predictable, but like I can see the path. And I guess you would say that's predictable. But with this bracket, I think there's like Jamie Hayter could win, right? Chris Statlander could win. Athena could win. I think. Well, damn.
These second round matchups are those are crazy predictions. You like Jamie Statlander, that definitely could go either way.
Yeah.
And then presumably
Mercedes Athena could go fucking either way too.
Yeah, that's one I literally just can't predict. I have no idea where you'd want to win.
That is your main event spring breakthrough, by the way.
You think so?
I do think so.
That sounds glorious.
It's in Boston, and first time Athena Mercedes.
Oh, it's in Boston?
Mm-hmm.
I think Athena wins.
I do too.
I think Athena wins and she screws, but I think this is what I think Mercedes Goon, which is like the Renegade twins. I think they're gonna screw. Either I think they're gonna screw Athena. I mean, I think they're gonna screw Athena in the finals, so that this feud keeps on going. Because obviously there's not a one match feud, and the one match is not just going to be a tournament match,
Right.
So I think no matter which of them goes, I think Athena needs that win though, like to cement herself in front of the AEW audience who haven't seen her in a while. And I'm sorry, a match with Harley Cameron is not going to be what just cements her. And I like Harley Cameron.
I'm
Jamie Hayter might be winning this.
I think Jamie is the one that wins. Actually, I really do.
I think
it's Jamie or Stat.
I think it's Stat.
Yeah.
But before I say something like that, it was an idea not made by me, but I definitely co-signed. It was by Six Star, who said the Mercedes Athena match should be a trilogy, and I think this should be the first match. I think Athena should win, just so you can have Mercedes win the follow up for the belt, and then Athena gets her get back at All In at
all
that
the
show.
belts. Yeah.
And I say Chris Statlander should win. It's a tough matchup because you have to think about like who's going to be champion, and you presume that it would be. You don't really presume anyone because it could go either way at the pay-per-view, either Tony or Megan. I think that's probably the deciding factor. Whoever wins that, it'll be the opposite. You know what I mean? Because there's a story to tell there with Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. That's how she went out.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, there is.
And again, they
equally
did
unpredictable, bro.
They did tease Jamie and Athena also. So
and before the Mercedes Statlander matches, which I think are the best matches in the women's division, period. People that Jamie Hayter Tony Storm match was like everyone's favorite AEW women's match. And them at a big stage could be like really good. But Stat versus Jamie, I think whoever wins that match wins the whole thing.
Yep. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm hearing this talk. This is going to add to the case because I know you've all heard me yap about it. I think Tony should retain. I think Tony should face Jamie Hayter. I think it should happen because I think Jamie Hayter hasn't necessarily leaned one direction. I think you could very easily have her be a little heelish, say, I want to kill you for what you did to me. You put me out for all this time. That's fine. And I don't think, because this would be for a shot at that belt at All In, presumably. I don't think you put Megan Bayne on the card like that, walking in as champion. I think you keep this Toni Storm momentum. You have her face Jamie Hayter, who people are always going to love in AEW. It's always going to be there. I have no problem with that. So I think it kind of does add a little bit to the Toni Storm should win this weekend agenda that I'm
And
pushing.
that is a giant story for they never got to tie up.
They've never told it. It's always been there. Since Jamie's come back, it's always been in the back of my head. They're going to tell the story at some point, and they haven't done it.
It's been 2 years since took her out.
God damn. Now that I'm thinking about it, Novi, I don't think you can just put Megan Bayne in All Out as the world champion. I don't know if that's something you should do.
That's setting her up, and
damn.
she's been great. But Toni, I'm telling you, she's on a different level when it comes to overness in this company. You could argue her being the most over, and you want to build a match at your biggest show of the year. You put the woman who's been killing it in her promos lately, who kills it with character work, with someone else who has also been pretty good with character work in the past, and Jamie Hayter. And I love Chris Statlander. If Megan and Chris is the result, because I think that's the alternate version of this, I wouldn't be mad at all because, Chris is one of my favorites. But I think there's so much more juice in a Toni Jamie Hayter matchup. I think there's so much more juice in this Toni world title reign. I wouldn't want to end it now. I don't think it's time.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
That makes a lot of sense. And if whoever wins the match at Dynasty is the one who's going into All In as champion, which I mean you don't know because there's still 2 pay-per-views before All In. Wait, no, not just one, right?
Double
just
or
one,
nothing.
'cause Forbidden Door is after All In this year. But if that is the case, if whoever wins is going into All In as champion, I think Toni should win a Dynasty. But I could see Megan Bayne winning and losing it before All In, and maybe losing it to Willow. And I think you could do Willow versus Statlander at All In.
I wouldn't mind that either. I
like your idea too. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I thought, there's a lot of things you can do in this tournament. Most of them are revolving around Jamie Hayter and Statlander. Because I think Athena versus Mercedes, that's going to be their own feud. So neither of them going to win the Owen, in my opinion.
They don't need the Owen.
Thing is,
a feud on their own because Mercedes is TBS champion. And then Athena's ROH champion, and you can do it all for belts. All in for all the belts is what they can,
see the
tag
thing
as.
Hey, look at
There we go.
The thing is, the thing is,
Oh,
I was thinking about this last night when they announced the bracket. My whole thing on this Megan Bayne, and this is why I've been doubling down on the fact that she should win on Sunday. You don't want another situation like you had with Jay White. And what I mean, like the situation you had with Jay White, you don't want another situation where Jay White was in the company for a few months before that MJF feud. And I feel like that MJF feud and the match killed his momentum entirely.
That's because that feud was terrible. That's not because he lost.
The feud. But no, the thing is, the feud was terrible, one, right? But it didn't help that the match was. I mean, if you thought the match was good, that's on you.
You're wrong.
That's your opinion. If y'all, I mean, you're kind of wrong. But if you thought the match was good, that's on you. But at the same time, the match didn't help him either, and the way the match went and him losing definitely didn't help his momentum either. I feel
but it's different. It's different. Megan Bayne is in a much better spot. She's been booked correctly. I think the whole booking of that, including the booking of the match, everything involved with it, that's what fucked Jay White. If you come out of this and Megan Bayne loses, I don't think it's not at all the same situation.
No. It's not quite as long as she stays on TV and is prominent TV. No, yo, Rob, this is nothing like the Jay White shit. Actually, I'm thinking about it.
That's not okay.
No. I'm not saying it's similar. The feud is bad. I just don't want another situation like this is. I'm not saying it's a super strike while the iron is hot moment, but I would love to see. You can't have Megan Bayne literally come in and do all of this to everyone, and then she goes to the pay-per-view and loses to a roll-up or something, or loses or to you know what I mean?
Here's another question to ask you. How hot is that iron? Is it really burning? Is it really? I'm not so sure.
I don't.
I don't know, bro.
I'm
You
with
can't
Rob.
come in
She's
and
been
drop
good.
like
Yeah,
former
I
world
get it,
champions
but
and like.
I'm with Rob. I want Mega Man to win, and not just because I'm like I like her a lot, but not like I just like. I feel like wrestling in general, like it's sometimes I just want them to do shocking things and things that are like, you know, people should not have to wait years to win world titles if they're that good. I'm not saying Megan Bane's like that good, even though I think she's really good. I don't think she's like the best wrestler in the division
She
or
is
anything
very
like
good.
that. She's good, but like
okay.
I don't know, just
Good
the
charisma too.
appeal to her winning is just like whoa, we never seen someone win a title this well, Okada, but like we never seen like in wrestling in general, it's been so long since we had someone just like a young up and comer come in and just like wipe the floor with a world champion, wipe the floor with everyone, and be this dominant force. That's my appeal. I don't need it to like. I don't. I think it's a bad booking if fucking Tony Storm retains because how over she is and how many stories you can tell um, with her as still champion.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm thinking about it, just I do think Willow Stat's going to be the main event for the world title. I feel
And
like they've been building that story
that's good.
throughout the year, with them trying to make up. And I think Willow versus Stats kind of like I don't want to say the like it's the male to me, it's the female version of Swerve versus Hangman, just without so much hate. Like a little bit less
Right.
hate.
Hmm.
Because like they Swerve and Hangman were never friends or whatever. But like their shit escalated to such a point where it's like, oh my god, these dudes are like connected to each other. But with Willow and Stat, I feel like with them like trying to apologize to each other, mostly Stat trying to apologize to Willow. You could have a moment where at All In, Willow finally, Willow and Stat have that match, and they just after the match they hug or whatever you want to do. Um, that's what I would do personally, just because of how invested I am the Willow and Statlander's relationship.
That's fair.
But Jamie versus Tony is also something like the match. Both these matches would be fucking killer, and they
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
deserve to be an All In. Like Willow versus Stat does not need the belt if you want to do that. I don't think either
I
of these
feel
matches
like,
need the
but
belt,
This
but
There's no wrong
I
decision
don't know.
made here.
I feel like
Oh,
I feel like Jamie versus Tony though, especially I like that's another thing. Like just like the Osprey thing, I feel like that's a match that like that's something you do in Wembley. You know what I mean? And like
mm,
I can
and what
see
I
that.
mean, and the reason being
I
is
don't know
because
about
if
I
you
all that.
want Jamie Hayter to win that belt, you would want her to win it at Wembley.
You would, but sometimes you just don't. It doesn't always work out that way. It's like I get
yeah.
chasing a hometown pop, and I think it'd be great in the moment. But there are plenty other ways we can get our hometown pop in Wembley, other than waiting for matches like these to happen. It's. I think wrestling bookers sometimes get this thing where they just wait for these perfect moments for matches. Sometimes matches just kind of need to happen, and people had this discussion when Osprey and Swerve happened. Are they doing this too soon? Is this something we should have waited on? And looking back on it, no, that was just a match that needed to happen at that time. And I think this is a similar moment because that could have had a bigger platform. It could have gotten set up
I,
differently, but it worked because of where it
I
was.
feel like, but I feel like they killed the momentum for that match when, for whatever reason, they just took her Tater off TV. She hasn't been
Yeah,
on TV
decent
consistently
issues.
since
It'd
she
be
did.
surprised.
Like,
That's not
I
wrong.
know.
Yeah,
Oh
wasn't her fault.
that's yeah, no. Okay, so they didn't take her off TV, but that's a part of it.
Well, they
She
had
hasn't
to
really
because
been
she
on
couldn't
TV
be
like
on
There's
it.
that.
no chance.
I know they didn't take her off TV, but I'm
Yeah, we
saying
beat Rob's
like
ass, bro.
But he did
Yo,
keep
no,
the shit out of you.
I'm just saying.
Look the shit out
I'm
you,
just
boy.
saying. I'm not really a specific fan of. Well, guess what, nigga? I don't care, nigga. I'm right.
The bad thing is it's not the only show they're doing in the UK in the next year. They got Forbidden Door there, so Jimmy
yeah,
does
they
Got
have
could
to catch
Forbidden
do.
it.
Door. Oh well, they could do that. Jamie and what's her face in Forbidden Door? They could do that in
Walk in
Forbidden Door.
and
I would like something different for All In, and I just feel like Willow versus Stat. While we haven't seen that match 30 fucking times, or like something along the lines of that, I feel like I don't know.
What
Well,
do you want to?
Rob,
What do you want who do you want to win this tournament?
I don't. Let me look at this. Let me look at this bracket.
Come
again.
on,
Let me look at this
man.
bracket one more
Come
time.
on,
Bracket.
man.
Let me look at this bracket one more
Put
time.
the fucking bracket
No, the
down.
thing
Stop
is,
fucking talking to us
Nigga, are
then.
you
let me see.
okay?
No, no, no,
To
no.
us
'cause
then.
I don't. I said Chris.
What you
I
talking about
said.
there?
No, I said Chris. I said Chris before. I said Chris before.
So you want it to be Chris
It
versus
can't be
Megan?
Mercedes. It can't be. Yeah. Well, either her versus Megan or her versus Willow, but it has to be one of the two.
Nigga, didn't you just say we?
Right, bro.
Wait, okay, so wait, hold on. So Willow, wait, so, but no, because come back on camera. Are Willow or Megan Bain in the tournament, or is
No.
Chris Statlander in the tournament?
Nigga,
Okay,
that's
we're
well, Chris
it.
saying
Statlander
Megan
wins.
Bain is in this conversation because she's
I
fighting for the
know.
world title in Dynasty.
I'm trying to figure out who I want her to face at All In. I'm talking about Chris. I'm not talking about fucking Megan Bain or Willow. I'm talking about who is Chris Statlander facing at All In for the world title. Megan Bain or whoever the fuck. That was the conversation from the beginning. And niggas started talking about Jamie Hayter.
Listen,
It was
That
not.
wasn't. That
bro,
wasn't.
if this is if Peter gives you 2
All right,
apples,
bro.
it takes one.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Peter gives
Yeah,
you
well,
Peter gives you 2 off my panel, nigga. Anyway, as I was saying, no, okay, so my conversation, no, my point is I want
bring
Chris
fucking
Statlander to
Marcus back
win.
up.
I want Chris Statlander to win. All right, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it,
No,
bro.
go ahead, Rob.
I
Go ahead,
explained
Rob.
my
My
point,
fault,
and
bro,
I don't know
my
why niggas can't comprehend. I want Chris Statlander to win the tournament. My entire point is I'm trying to figure out whether I want it to be her versus Megan Bain or her versus Willow at All In. That is my entire point. I don't see Athena or Mercedes winning the fucking tournament. I don't.
But
So they're
Rob,
not in the
They are.
conversation.
They'll probably get to the
Like
final.
what
that
we're
was my whole
saying
point
is,
from the beginning.
but Rob, there's a chance that Tony Storm is still champion though. That's like the
I don't
factor you're
want that,
not
and that's why
taking.
I'm saying I don't want that to happen. I want Tony
No,
to
I get
lose on
that.
Sunday.
No, that we get. That we
I
do get.
get that, but I'm just saying, you were bringing up how I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't even get mad. It's like your
And
opinion.
I started talking about Wembley last year because Novi brought up Tony versus Jamie, and I said I would wait to do that in England. That's why I
You
brought that
don't.
up.
Why though?
You don't have to do that.
Because wouldn't you? I don't see that being a money match that you do in Texas. I just don't.
Brother, yes,
I don't
would.
see that being a match that you do in Texas. That's just me though.
You definitely can
Tony
do that.
Storm is the most
I don't
over
want it to
women
be in
in the
Texas.
division, so it's gonna be hot no matter
I
what.
don't- Listen, I am of the opinion. I don't know. I don't know.
You can have your opinion, obviously, but you said you don't think it's a money match, but it is a money match because Tony Storm's involved in it.
I know, but James, we haven't seen Jamie Hayter on TV, and that's not her fault. Like I said, it's not her fault. But Jamie Hayter does not have the momentum right now to go into All In with that match. Like, I don't understand why people are acting like this is so
Right, think about it. They think this match is
Here's-
supposed to be
here's-
like
3 fucking
think about
months. She can build the momentum. She can build the momentum. She wins.
Think
It's in
it, bro.
3 fucking months.
Think about it also like this
Doesn't
too.
have the momentum. She's the only
Nobody's going into this.
weekend.
Nobody's going into this. No, so you're telling me you went into this tournament with a thought process. Did you even know Jamie Hayter was going to be in the tournament in the first place? Did anybody think she was going to be in the tournament in the first place? No.
Well, now that we know that
We
in
were
the tournament,
the
we
names
can
we
go
were
from
thinking
there.
about going into the Owen. Why are niggas pretending like the names that we were going into with the Owen was Jamie Hayter? We were not going into the fucking Owen with the name Jamie Hayter in our mind. We're going into the fucking
Nigga, I
Owen
didn't think of
with
Willow
Willow
either.
and with Willow and Statlander in our mind. So why are niggas
Yo,
sitting here?
yo.
Now we can go
Willow's
from
not in the
there and
tournament.
start the build, bro. We got 2 months.
This
Without-
is
also,
crazy.
too. They ran this match 3 years ago in Jersey, but no one gave a fuck about Tony Storm, and the crowd was on fire. You know what I mean? You don't think now with 3+ years of story, and we can add 3 months on top of it with everything going on, and we can go back to you took her out 2 years ago at Over Nothing, where Jamie could win the tournament. You don't think we can?
Okay, but she can win a tournament. That doesn't mean she has the. She's okay. She can win the fucking tournament. That doesn't mean she has the. It'll be the same fucking thing. She won't have. That doesn't mean her momentum. You need somebody with the momentum of a Statlander to go into All In challenging for the championship.
Neither one of these is a
The
wrong
Statlander
decision.
has been on TV consistently for the last year, putting on great performances. You need
Rob.
somebody with the momentum of a Statlander, not fucking Jamie Hayter, who hasn't been on TV in months. Which it's not
Rob.
her fault, but still.
Rob,
Like, this is not hard to understand. And y'all act
there's-
like it's a
there-
fucking math problem.
I don't disagree. Here's the thing. This shit is fake. They can book her to get hotter.
Yes, you can. That's their job.
They can heat her up. That's their job to do that. It's all in 3 months away. You could do whoever right now. They could do Julia Hart.
I know
and sell
All
me
In
on
is
it.
3
I
months
don't know about
away.
that now.
But you know,
I
it's like
know
an
All In
extreme
is
thing.
3
It's
months
on the
away.
booker to heat
But
someone
I
up.
am
You
saying
can heat
a
anyone.
lot of people would probably rather see Chris Statlander in the position. And y'all are sitting here acting like it's a fucking crazy idea that I said that. It's not a
It's
fucking
not a
crazy
crazy
idea. I said I want Chris Statlander to win. You asked me who I wanted to win the Owen. Then I answered. I said I want Chris Statlander to win the Owen. And y'all were acting like I was crazy for saying that. Then I said, okay, I would rather want either Megan Bayne or Willow going into the tournament to face her. And y'all started acting like I was fucking crazy for that. Nobody was thinking about Jamie Hayter going into this tournament and winning.
Nobody
was thinking about that.
We're just
underestimating how much niggas love Jamie Hayter.
exactly, and we're looking at this tournament in front of us, and we're going off of who's in it now. It's not about what it was before; it's about what we have in front of us, and what we have in front of us is both these options being pretty good. I would say, no matter what,
wrong decisions.
None of these are wrong decisions. I don't think Rob is wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think Marcus is wrong. I don't think Chris is wrong. You could sell me on any of these, and I think ultimately, Marcus, the women's division is trending upwards. There's so many options, Marcus.
We're doing great.
We're doing good. The women's division is going great. No matter who you want to pick, we can all have our favorites. We can all pick our favorites. It'll be fun, no matter what.
Yeah, and this is our edition of Russell Pierce's First Take. We'll be back after the break.
I don't know if Chris will be back. I'm worried.
I think Chris died, sadly.
Chris is cooked. Robert, you cooked?
I don't know. I'm just I guess when it comes to wrestling and shit like that, I'm of an old school mindset. I would rather them do it in England, because if you sell Jamie Hayter going for the championship going into England, I think that would just make more money, make them more money going into England. But that's my mindset. I'm not saying y'all have to have the same mindset. But when I presented that, niggas was acting like I was fucking insane.
Well, it's a long time away. That's something like that. So you kind of have to wonder if waiting that long for something like that, because presumably, I don't know who you'd say Jamie would have to run at for world champion, but I don't know if you have an opportunity in front of you for Jamie to kind of challenge for the belt. I don't know if you want to hold off on that. There's a lot of different options. And I don't think you're wrong for saying to wait. I don't think,
It's like this. Like, if
England is a year away. I know England is a year away. You could have Jamie Hayter challenge for the title at Forbidden Door in August. She could lose, and she could go into Owen next year, go into the Owen next year, and win the Owen next year going into Wembley.
That's fine too. I just think she should win this year. That's
sometimes when you try to win on $1 million, but you have 850,000. Sometimes 850,000 is just as good. It's still a lot of money here. You can still go with that. You don't have to wait for the perfect opportunity. Sometimes a really good one is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Saying is, I'm fine with either Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter or Willow Nightingale versus Statlander as the women's world title match at All In. And Rob, like I'm saying, I don't like if you like. I want Willow and Stat too. I think we're on the same page with what we prefer as the match All In. But like, I'm just saying, Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm is also a match that is like probably equally as big as they can do this year. And I think you're putting a little too much stock on where like Jamie's from. She's over in general. So but I do prefer Stat versus Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I would much rather Statlander get the position that she deserves for the work she's been putting in all year round, especially with the matches with Mercedes.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
I agree.
Anywho.
I agree too. But yeah, that was heated for no reason.
It was. But like, it's gonna be a fire tournament after when they get to the semis. We have no fucking clue what the finals is gonna be in the women's side, which is a great thing. The men's side is also a testament to predictable being a good thing. Give us, excuse me, Ospreay, Hangman. Hangman wins that. Swerve wins the title Sunday. Let's call it a day there. So, on women's side, pick a rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah, and I feel like the fact that everyone on the panel got so passionate about the women's Owen tournament and about the women's division in general is a good thing.
Yeah,
I think wrestling is about passion. I think wrestling you should always be passionate about the things you want to see, and I feel like it's a good way to take us into some of the other segments tonight. If you want to get to it.
What was next? Was
Penelope and Tony was next after we go to the
Yeah, I missed that entire match because the Swerve promo was after that match. Tony and Penelope before, but Tony and Penelope before had a match. I actually wanted to get into something real quick with that match. I feel like people haven't really been talking about it, but I feel like Penelope Ford has been kind of like she's not making herself a big star or anything, but I feel like with these performances that she's been having on TV, with the matches that she's been put in, like I feel like she's been placed in, she's been doing well in the role that she's been put in, and I feel like she's been building herself to be a solid mid carder within the division. I'm not saying that she would like be a fucking TBS champion anytime soon or world champion, especially anytime soon. But she's definitely getting better in the ring. With the performances
she deserves a
putting
place.
on.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
her. Oh shit! It stepped on something fucking sharp. She kind of reminds me of like and this is like a compliment because I think this person has like improved a lot. She kind of like, to me, she has the appeal of like a Liv Morgan. Because I know a lot of people don't like Liv, and she was bad. I think she's pretty good now in the role she's in.
I think Liv is a little better than that. But
Yeah, I think she's better than
I hear the
Penelope.
comparison.
But like I can see her, she's wrestling damn near every week. I can see her getting really good, and maybe down the line, maybe in a year or two, or whatever, she could have like a TBS title run, or she could like fight for the belt, the big belt, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. You never know.
It's a testament to her.
It's all about giving people chances, and she's made the most of hers. So shout out to her for it, bro.
Yeah, the Bane and Penelope pairing is really good.
Yeah, she went through a lot of shit personally, injuries and miscarriages. I'm really glad she went to shit back from all that.
Yeah,
and she didn't allow herself to just like die and rot on the roster. And she just kind of went out there every time they booked her out there and put on some good showings with some top talents. And she got a spot on the TV. Good for her.
Yeah, she's a person you could root for with all her history and stuff. So shout out to her. Fine match, by the way. Not nothing crazy.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was a good preview to their Bane versus Tony.
Yeah.
So we got the medical update on Willow.
Wait, by the way, I think Bane and Tony should be a fucking slugfest, no matter who wins.
Oh yeah, they got to throw bombs.
Lay
those fucking strikes in. Like, don't play around. We're not playing games here.
Those leap and Larry she did against that in that first match. Go crazy, Megan. Like, show why you should do this.
And if Tony does win, I think she should be bloodied up.
Barely survive.
Yeah, it should be a barely survive. That's the big thing. Because I think she should win, but she should barely escape. There should be a roll-up pin. She should get rocked from a punch and blade. That's the type of shit I want to see.
We go from that, like I said, into Swerve, basically saying he's going to get his hands on Moxley before the end of the show, before what he did to Willow. Then we get out, we get the Hurt Syndicate coming out, but this week it was only Bobby and MVP. Shelton Benjamin was stuck. I think he was stuck where he's from because of tornado warnings and issues in that area. So he was stuck where he was. And Bobby Lashley and MVP came out, but before Bobby Lashley could get a word out, MJF cut him off. He came out and basically was like, "Not gonna lie, Bobby, you kind of disrespected me last week." He said, "Allow me to introduce myself. I'm MJF, and I'm a generational talent. I don't know about you and Shelton Benjamin, but I'll see you down the road." He said, "We all know about Bobby Lashley." He said, "This is however, this is AEW, and you're standing on the block I built. Now I know this place like the back of my hand. I know how to get to the top and stay on top, and I can help you and Shelton hold on to those tag team championships as long as you want. Cards on the table. I know you can help me get back my AEW World Championship. What I'm basically getting at here, Bobby, is MJF and the Hurt Syndicate is just good business. He said what I'm getting at is this. You might not want MJF, but Bobby, you need MJF. And Bobby snatched the microphone, looked like he was about to fucking kill him. He said, let's be really clear. Out of respect for MVP, I'm not going to leave you laying here right now. I don't like you. I don't trust you. And the Hurt Syndicate definitely does not need you. So unless you prove otherwise, you need to get out of my face right now. He said, you want me to prove myself? Okay. And he left the ring.
He didn't just leave the
Yo.
ring. He ran from the
Yeah,
ring.
he ran.
Yes,
We ran.
he
Got the fuck
basically
up out of
took
there.
Got
off.
out of there.
I actually think. Listen, this is not my theory. This is dude I follow on TikTok. Like the only wrestling guy I follow on TikTok, right? He had the opinion that not Bobby Shelton was actually probably stuck because of the tornado stuff in Chicago or wherever he's from. I forgot where this tornado stuff's happening. He was like, they can use that as two things. Either one, maybe Shelton can't make the pay-per-view in kayfabe or whatever, and then MJF helps Bobby, like he's Bobby's tag team partner, to beat the Learning Tree, right? Or you can do it so where that's still the case where MJF, still helps Bobby, but MJF's the one that took out Sheldon so he could, make himself, useful to Bobby and get, in the Hurt business. I think that's something I don't know if that's what they're gonna do because I really don't know what he means. Like I'm gonna make myself useful to you. It has to be something like that.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That feels like, oh, that sounds really good. And this is something MJF would do. But I like the story. I like what's going on here. I like that MJF is like he doesn't need to make a faction of his own. He's like going to this already well-established faction who he knows can help him. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool what's going on with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. And I love the Hurt Syndicate, man. I love Bobby. I love MVP. Just their presence in general is really cool.
Presence. That's the best way to say it. They
Mhm.
when they get on screen, you pay attention. When you hear their music, you pay attention. Like that's the
shit
kind
gonna
of
go down.
exactly. And I'm really glad they're keeping intrigue with this storyline. They're maintaining a lot of the questions we had before, and I think we still have a couple of questions. What does MJF actually do? Does he earn his way in? I think Chris, you brought up a really good scenario that I'd be down for. A little free birding with MJF, as Shirai puts it. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this as it goes on. I think it's progressing nicely, and I hope we see something good on the pay-per-view, like a major moment with it.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that we have no idea where this is going to end up and where this is going every week. But every time they're on screen, I can't look away. I really want to know what happens next. So that's a testament to a fresh program you're doing in the company. You want to know what's happening. You want to stay locked in every step of the way. You want to be surprised. Or if they just do the logical thing, that's cool too. Like, either way is fine. Don't know what it is, but it's going to be something I'm going to be intrigued by.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
MJF's starting to get back in rare form.
Yes.
Oh, that promo last night, I started to see it. And it's been consistent over the last few months. I'm ready to say he's back here soon if this all works out, because that he's been informed.
Yeah.
Then no, I like the segment from last night. I'm really enjoying MJF. Like you guys said, I'm really enjoying his act as of late. And like Novi said, it feels like he's starting to get back into that old MJF form. Because for a long time it was just bits and catchphrases and that sort of thing. But it feels like now he's starting to enjoy what he's doing again. So
yeah.
That being said, Big Bill and Brian Keith then came out as the Hurt Syndicate was leaving. And then Big Bill, I like this part. Big Bill took out a steel chair, sat it down on the entranceway, and told them, "Sit down and watch this match, nigga." So then that's exactly what the Hurt Syndicate did, although they did not sit down. And Bobby Lashley did not do what Big Bill told him to do and sit down. He
Big Bill did not
stood
say
up
nigga either.
and watched Big Bill and Brian Keith
we
basically
don't know
destroy two local jobbers. And when I say destroy, Big
Killed
Bill
him.
hit was probably. Wait, what'd you say, Marcus?
They need the dog shot them little boys. I don't know who they was, but
Yeah,
y'all check.
bro. Oh my god, yo.
All love for the
He
bumps, fellas.
fucking
Good work.
yo. When I sit here and say he hit the nastiest choke slam I've seen in probably
Oh,
years
he bounced off
on
the
that
canvas.
jobber. Oh my god, on that
Yo,
fucking
Big Bill
enhancement
might have the
talent.
best choke slam of all time.
Yo, the
No,
height he gets
it's
on it.
really fucking good.
Hey, tag guy, Big Bill. That boy is specialist with the tag team shit.
Yeah, he was
He's
right.
different.
He said, yeah, he's like, I'm a tag team specialist, bro. He was right, bro. He's really good in tag teams.
Yeah. They threw him a random tag team for like 2 weeks with Brian Cage. That shit was gas in that Blind Eliminator.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
It's good stuff. The nice little squash heading into the pay-per-view. I had no problems with this.
Brian
Big
Cage
Bill.
is a sick ass dude too. I thought you could cuss dude.
Both these guys, bro. They're cool. They're just cool, good wrestlers. I'm glad they're on TV consistently, you know?
Man.
Mhm.
Larry Tree,
I'd like
Larry
them to
Tree
get
good when they're wrestling.
Yeah, and I'd like to see them get a new theme because I could swear to you that Chris Jericho song was louder than any other theme on this program. I
It
could
always
swear
is,
to you.
bro. I think it's by design.
I'm the learning tree.
It blows your ears out. It's crazy.
It's obnoxious
Yeah.
as hell, but that's the point. But still,
When they
Not
break up
really.
with Jericho, I hope they stay a tag team at least. Hopefully, I hope they stay a tag team.
I hope so too.
Yozor Hart said, "My thing for Hangman, Swerve, Hangman, and All In is that it would be 3 out of 3 times they're headlining a stadium with a face versus face match. It's weird AEW doesn't have that top babyface crowning moment at their big show. I mean, that's true, but Swerve kind of did go into Wembley last year as a heel, but I guess you're right. In kayfabe, he was still babyface at the end of the day. So
He was
Well,
doing moves in front of his kids, so I don't know.
yeah, like
he
But
was definitely
yes.
heel in the match. He was definitely heel in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a problem. I think
I don't mind
the story in
face
general.
matches.
Yeah, the story in general is like good. Like it's the best story. I don't care. I think it's the best story AEW's ever told. So I think on that merit, it doesn't matter who's face and who's not. You know.
it doesn't. Like it's a story where neither one is like. Well, at one point, Swerve was they're definitely in the wrong, but like at the same time, they both done crazy shit to each other to the point where it's like, okay, we get it. Y'all hate each other. We'll see who y'all can have an actual match with the championship on the line, like because that was the main objective of Heyman, just preventing him from winning it in the first place. But now you have a chance to actually win it off of him. So what happens?
Yeah. Oh,
um
I'm thinking too far ahead. Oh my god! Like I just got tingles.
Well, when we get to that main event segment, we gonna go crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen, I get no one wants him to tag team, but like, I'm just thinking. I don't think this MJF and Heyman stuff is done, right? And obviously, Swerve has problems with the Hurt Syndicate, so I can just see like Double or Nothing season, and maybe probably after Double or Nothing season, just I can see like them maybe. I'm not saying that this is something I need, but I can see them teaming up against the Hurt Syndicate because mutual whatever. But that's obviously something that doesn't need to happen. But
Yeah.
we can continue.
You got to sell me huge on something like that.
Yeah, you do. You got to do weeks and weeks of like storytelling for me to be like, all right, I get why they're attacking, like them being, just like tagging each other in and out.
Yeah, you got to put in the work there for sure.
You got to put a lot of leg work in to make that make a lot more sense.
They're talented enough to do it. Like Heyman and Swerve are talented enough to do it. But like, I'd rather them not be a tag team at all. Like do anything,
I agree.
Dispo asks, who do y'all think is winning the men and women's? Owen. I think we firmly planted our picks in the ground. I think on the men's side it's Hangman, like I said, and I think on the women's side it'll be Chris Statlander. Novi thinks it'll be Jamie. Chris, who did you say you think it is?
Oh, I think it's Statlander or Jamie. I think it's whoever wins that match is whoever wins the tournament. For them.
Marcus.
And then I think Hangman.
I lean towards Jamie right now, but Stat is like it's 50-50. But right now I'd probably say Jamie today.
Yeah. Jamie Hangman.
And I think we all I think we all pretty much have Hangman. So
yep.
I'll spray it could be,
Chi-Town.
I wouldn't be shocked if they do that.
Chi-Town Spurs, $5. If Jamie wins it all in, she's getting that hometown pop at Forbidden Door anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Stardom talent defending the belt.
Yeah, they could. That makes a lot of sense too. So I mean,
give a fuck.
Either
What
way.
the
All
fuck?
right.
What they gotta do
Well,
with
I'm
me?
just
Oh no,
all
I'm
right,
not. I'm
bro.
not saying I don't give a fuck about the chat. Like, nigga,
All right, I'm so
nigga.
sorry.
No, Chris Statler should win. But anyway, shout out to
I
Shot Town
prefer Stat
Spurs.
winning, by the way.
I do too personally, but
I'm not
either way, I
disagreeing with
win.
you. I'm disagreeing with Shot Town Spurs. No, Chris Statler should win. But yeah, no. Let's get into more of the cliff notes of Dynamite. Mercedes and Harley Cameron had a segment. They are clear, obviously, like the match we're about to get into in a second. They're doing tag matches between the members of the Owen Hart tournament. This weekend, as we saw, it'll be Harley Cameron teaming with Mercedes to face Julia Hart and Athena. So that will be something that's taking place this weekend on that side of the bracket. Um, and they'll probably do the same thing with the other side of the bracket next week. But
Y'all ready for Harley versus Julia minutes?
Hey man.
yo,
Yay!
Anyway,
you can't say slurs on YouTube. I forgot.
what can you say?
But but no. So but tonight though, I mean last night, excuse me, we got Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight versus Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. Let me take the shit off the screen. This match, I like that the whole introduction for Kevin Knight that they did on Collision, and then tonight with Will Ospreay, I thought that was really good. And I don't know, man. As of late, I've been bro. I said it last night in Discord. I said, bro, Blake Christian is gonna work his way into a spot in AEW and a spot on AEW television. I
Hey,
feel
man.
like, and while I may disagree or agree or disagree with this sentiment, it feels like it's gonna happen, bro. He's gonna work his way into a position on this show.
Well, they've definitely been trying him out for a contract. He's been on 3 straight Dynamites. Well, not 3 straight Dynamites, 3 straight shows. You know, he did Dynamite, Collision, and now Dynamite again. You know, I think he's a good heel. You know, I think he's a good. Him and Lee Johnson could be a good like fodder tag team. People beat every once in a while. Maybe they can get wins. Fuck, I miss Rampage. They would have killed it on Rampage. But yeah, I think I like Lee Johnson a lot. I would love him as a singles guy and like or you know, just doing stuff.
How old is he?
I think he's still in his 20s.
He's on his 20s, yeah.
I can see him as a singles guy. Give him a few years on a team, though. I would.
Hey, man,
I wouldn't mind
that
seeing
survival of the fittest match he had a couple
Hey,
years
Yeah,
back.
that was really good.
hey,
Boy, he was
him and
putting that
Fletch
music.
Him and Fletch had a really good feud in ROH, bro.
Yeah,
playing a
he's
symphony.
27, by the way.
Yeah, but
Damn.
I love what you're doing with Kevin Knight right now, man. Keeping him hot, keeping him in everyone's mind, putting him with one of the most over people in the company. Ospreay's putting over him huge in backstage promos and all that, and on Twitter and stuff like that. I thought this was a good showcase. I thought this was even a better showcase for him than the Jay White match. Even though I thought that was good for him too. You know, he was doing toe. And if you notice, Will Ospreay is so cool, bro. You know when they did their stereo dives, Will Ospreay was like, "Yo, you do the tope, and I'll just do a suicide dive, so you can get the bigger pop because you're doing the bigger flip," which was really cool from Ospreay. Yeah, this is a really good match. Not really good match. This was like a really good thing.
Showcase, yeah, we're
And,
gonna showcase stuff. Yeah.
Showcase, yeah. And I'm glad that Kevin Knight getting a pay-per-view match, like his first 2 weeks in the
3
company
weeks,
is
3,
3 weeks in the company is so fire, bro.
And he got the pin on TV last night too.
He sure
Yeah.
did. I think they should continue to do Road 2 tags like these. I think it's a great formula going into pay-per-views. I think it works every time, especially when you have good workers in there. Kevin Knight, man, this was a much better showcase than the Jay White one. Again, not to say the Jay White one was bad. I think that was also very good. But this one, it highlighted everything that's going to get him over. I feel like he's very similar to Speedball in the same kind of way where it's you kind of knew this guy was going to get pretty popular pretty fast. He just has the right moveset for it. He has the right look, the right vibe. I think it's definitely going to work. This match overall, though, I have to say, a really good moves match in 2025. Maybe Blake Christian has earned the contract a little bit.
Right, man.
They were all doing their thing in there, and Blake Christian was in there with them.
I've never I watched Blake Christian last couple weeks and stuff. I haven't come away thinking, man, Blake Christian fucking sucks. He's like okay, he's grating, which as a heel is a good thing. He's kind of fun, and the Lee Johnson tag is also really fun, and it gets Lee Johnson minutes. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
and my nigga Shotty came back to TV sleeved up too.
Hey,
bro.
man.
There were some things, bro. But I liked it.
Hey
Just
man,
not the energy.
I seen the clip that they played from Collision. And it seems like these two, like to Novi's point and Chris's point about him being a really good heel. Blake and Lee Johnson are getting really good heat.
Wait, they were on
With
Collision
their,
too?
I'm pretty sure
Blake
that
versus
clip was from
Hologram.
Collision. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
you talking
Blake
about the
Christian versus Hologram.
hologram? Okay, yeah, he did
Yeah,
get like,
and it
yeah.
was when Blake Christian's no, Lee Johnson, excuse me, started stomping on Hologram and they started booing them out the fucking building. So yeah, they're I feel like excuse me, they're getting really good heat. Those two as a pair, as a heel pairing. So next up, this is just a few things until we get to the main event. So we're just gonna speed by these things. The Ops had a message. Apparently, no, Kevin Knight, no, Tony Schiavone after the match announced that Will and Kevin will face off in the first round of the Owen tournament this Sunday at Dynasty. But you already knew that.
A
And then
black man getting a singles match on the tape?
I know, man. It's almost like
You
you
could
know
do it,
a
huh?
certain company with billions of dollars could just do this. You know, it's almost like I quick point, sidebar. I was on my Twitch channel before NXT started. I was counting how many black people on the roster to counter Booker T's point. Do you guys know that on the Raw roster, I counted 24 wrestlers on the Raw roster before I got to the first black man on the Raw roster?
Sheesh.
And the first black man on the Raw roster wasn't even a singles wrestler. It was Kofi Kingston. So
There are more black men getting singles matches on Dynasty than there are going to be the entire like 2 nights of Mania. That's
Yo, yeah,
fucking wild.
Dynasty's black as shit. Let me
There's like
count.
9 black folks in the whole damn
First
the whole
Syndicate,
card.
that's 2.
Athena,
Brian Keith, that's 3.
like Keith.
Kevin Knight, 4. Swerve, 5. Anything else? 5 is still a lot for a 9-card show,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
black males, yeah, absolutely.
And they're good wrestlers is like the best part about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And they all earn their keep, they all earn their spots. Swerve's main eventing for the chance to win his second world championship. Ricochet's on the card too.
Ricochet's on the card, yeah, that's 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we don't gotta talk about this because it's been I'm guessing people are
It's,
tired of it.
like, it's been
It's
done to death.
just, it's
Yeah.
just bad faith, and we get it, bro. I'm just glad that black people,
shit.
um,
Hold on, I dropped my AirPod.
we're getting chances to shine, no matter what company. I know in NXT that the main event of Takeover Stand and Deliver is like an all black main event with 3 black guys, so that's really cool. And don't let anyone ever tell you that you wanted yourself and your people represented in like the medium you like is a bad thing, because it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing, and you should always fight for wanting to see people like you in a medium you love. So nothing
I
about
don't
it
give
is
a
pandering
fuck,
or anything. Yeah, like fuck you, nigga. I don't, oh my god, I almost heated up. Yo, fuck them. These niggas, like especially these black dudes who like, oh, there just aren't good enough black guys in town to be put. Yes, there are, bro.
You fucking
And
are.
if not, aren't y'all supposed
bro.
to be the kings of making people over? You got Bronson Reed over. You got Damian Priest over. You can't make Montez Ford, who's already pretty over as over as those guys. Fuck out of here.
Like, nigga, that U.S. title scene is dire as all hell. You mean to tell me you can't find a way to get Montez forward to a point where he's presented as a big deal? He can't slide in that title picture and have a match on a 1,000 PLEs you have. Like you
Bro,
mean you can't do that?
that was the most disappointing when I brought it up in September. Was like I expected like white people to like quote me with that. No offense, Novi. I expected like white people to quote me being like, "Oh well, they niggas aren't good enough to be on." Like that was cool. But, like the amount of niggas with nigga profile pictures, and like they're just black people in the profile, like them being black people in the profile pictures, quoting me being like, "Well, niggas just aren't good enough. Try harder next time, nigga." I was like, "What?
He's like,
Like
yeah, okay,
what?
bro.
What the hell?" Like I was it was just that eyes really just made me. It just kind of made me sad, bro. I was like, "Yo, like is this really where we're at?" You know what I'm saying?
It's like people don't realize how like gross and offensive that is, like just in
Yeah.
general. Like how much of a shitty like thing that is to say. And Chris, you said it, in media, in all around the world, all around the spaces, you should advocate for more diversity. That's a good thing, a very,
Mhm.
very good thing.
Yeah. And don't let anyone tell you fucking isn't just because they fucking watch fucking Steven Crowder or fucking the Daily fucking Wire. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
ain't
I'm
getting
glad
this
for all the
nowhere.
talent in
Nah,
AEW
but
that's showing.
that just wasn't around when I was in WCW. We didn't have problems like that because I was on every pay per view.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, buddy.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
give us
yeah,
something?
yeah. I'm sure you won every pay per view when Colonel Robert Parker had you and your brother running around in chains. But anyway, the ops had a message. Samoa Joe. A lot of you may be wondering why we started this group in the first place. I knew when I came back to the battlefield, I had to bring in a different arsenal. When at Dynasty, we'll be watching and seeing all. And please don't let us catch you lacking.
He's so godly, bro.
Oh my God, he's
Samoa
so.
Joe's so
Death
godly.
Fires, we coming for you.
He's so oh my God.
I think said,
The
I mean, you
Hounds.
Arsenal came back with Hook. That's kind of wild, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Different
one.
kind of Arsenal. Come on,
Yeah, I
man.
was about to
Or
say
22.
the hand cannon. The Hounds of Hell's Brody King versus the Don Callis family's the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer. Brody King, they basically beat the shit out of each other for about 10 minutes, and it was glorious.
It's fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
bro, Lance Archer has been with AEW since 2020. He is nearly 50 years old, and he's been consistent throughout his entire reign. Please celebrate that. I've never seen him once complain. He's made the most out of all his opportunities. He's done exactly what he's supposed to be doing in there in the ring. I'm glad to keep seeing him in matches.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
Lance
I
Archer almost
agree.
died in the ring during a Dynamite once. Like, let's
I
celebrate.
forgot about that. I forgot
Crazy.
he broke his neck, right? Was it he
Yeah,
broke his
he
neck?
tried to do a moonsault under rotating, like straight on his head.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wild, bro.
Yeah, shout out him, bro. He's really good. Did you know he was a college quarterback, right?
Hey, man, he was slanging the pill back then.
Yeah.
Now I see you, Lance. But nah,
Yeah, I
this is
thought it was a good little
actually.
sprint.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of each other. Good showcase for Brody. Big man match is good. Big man wrestling good. Big man wrestling back. Brody's agile as all hell. Bro and Lance played ball. It was good shit.
Yeah.
And then we got to our main event. Rated R Superstar Cope. Oh brother.
What's the main event, Rob?
Rated R Superstar Cope versus the AEW World Trios Champion, the Death Riders. Oh, this is a long ass title. Claudio Castagnoli. I didn't like this match, but
This match fucking sucked.
I thought it was cool. I don't know, like yo, Novi. You know the craziest part, Novi.
Mm-hmm.
I started feeling like this when they were doing that back and forth lariat spot. I was like, yo, what is? I was like, yo, huh? I was like, but then like they kind of picked it up towards the end, but then like. At the beginning of it, I was just like, "Yo, what is this lariat spot? Like, what's happening here?"
How could you
YGG
possibly
crazy.
care? How could you possibly care about these two facing off? They gave it.
Yeah.
I get they gave it so much physically. They really
Didn't
tried their
we
best.
see this before?
Cannot give a fuck. I don't care. Please leave me alone.
And then
Probably.
didn't we see this already during
Probably.
the lead into Revolution? Like, it's just like, bro, like,
Yeah.
bro, if you're not doing a sprint where you just beating the fuck out of each other, I like, and then Claudio, bro, like, yo, we need to get everybody out of the fucking Death Riders because all of a sudden when you join the Death
Dissolve
Riders,
it.
listen, when you join the Death Riders, your mind, it's just this mind control that says no more good wrestling,
Bro.
more 10-minute heat segments.
This match went 17 minutes and 38 seconds. It's nearly 4 minutes longer than the opening tag match.
It felt like
And I'm
70
not
minutes.
saying the opening tag should have been longer. I'm saying it's fucking insane they went 17 minutes.
The one thing you were not talking about this match, bro, that closing stretch was fucking crazy. Like fucking crazy, bro. This thing is getting hit with Cope is getting hit with everything. The beast of count and gets hit with that crazy lariat Claudio was winning matches in, kicks out. The fucking neutralizer kicks out. A Ricola bomb kicks out.
I wonder why.
Another Ricola bomb is fucking crazy.
Like, bro, what's happening?
What the fuck do you mean you stick out the fucking Ricola bomb?
It's like, man, uppercuts and everything, and then all of a sudden wins with a shitty surprise spear. Like, what?
Nigga, the spear wasn't even a surprise. Nigga, he did the whole edge corner bit before he did this
Like,
spear.
Bill, right? Out of all this, no
Yo, don't tweet us. Not gonna lie, don't tweet us.
Yo,
on this
anyway.
day, I'm not jobbing.
Yo,
I'm
if you're
kicking
sitting in a
out
corner,
your shit.
if you're sitting in a corner and you're setting up for a spear and you're not saying ooh ah, I don't want to see it. I don't
Oh,
want
Oh
to see
my
it.
me.
god! Oh my
Oh,
god! Please
me.
talk.
Or if your ass ain't finna downset other nigga, if you got red pants and long hair, you Japanese, I really don't want to see it.
Yeah, even I know Gene Blaster. I ain't trying to see it, bro.
No, we got the no yob spear, bro. That's what we got.
I'm so tired of this nigga Cope, bro.
I'm looking at him. The no
Yo,
yob shit was
that
funny
bulldog
because
off the top was fucking crazy.
he almost smoked both his damn ankles on that bit too. He let it
I'd
peak
rather
first.
Dustin be in Cope's spot, bro. At least Dustin has good matches when they put him
Dustin's
out
better than him, bro.
there.
It's far better the babyface emotional stuff too.
Way
On top
better.
of that,
Right now he is. I mean, it's
he probably moves better than him too. I ain't gonna lie.
hey, probably, bro. Probably. Hey, but fuck all that noise. Fuck all that noise. We got the main event, bro. We got this main event.
One more thing.
Oh
Ray F,
yeah, they didn't.
one,
Yo,
one more thing.
this
One
website's so
more thing.
weird.
Ray
Oh,
FTR doing crazy shit the whole day. That's out here paying off the damn referees and paying fines. They talking about some. We need to talk after Dynasty. Wait, okay.
I'm so sure you do.
Yeah, that's what's up. Get the get.
So then Swerve was seen walking backstage. And then Renee was trying to get a medical update on Willow, but he says, with all due respect, Renee, I'm looking for your husband right now.
But she was
And
like,
then
wait, what's
so,
they fuck me
there's
for?
just mad aura, just mad aura oozing off this nigga, just radiating off this nigga when he said it. So then Hangman approached Swerve, and he basically, and then a bunch of referees thought they were gonna fight. He pulling them apart. He said, You fucking broke into my home. You burned down my house. You deserved it. And then Swerve goes, I know.
What are these voices? Y'all heard that? What was that?
Rob, if
What were
you
these
don't fucking
voices?
Oh,
redo,
but you
if you
did?
don't redo that shit right fucking now,
What you mean? That's how they yelled at each
Yeah.
other. It's literally how
Nigga,
they yelled at each
you ain't
other.
had
you
no
don't have
open that
enough.
bit, brother.
Listen, how about this, Novi? You're play Hangman and I'll play Swerve.
That's how they yelled at each other.
Let's do it.
Maybe. What did he start? He said you invaded my house. So I start with.
I'm not yelling,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I've done enough yelling this episode. I'm not
You
yelling
invaded
again.
my house.
You burned down my child and I
You deserved it.
know.
That's and then Hangman
Yeah,
goes,
it's-
oh, what did you say? And he goes, I know.
I said.
And then so Hangman furious that he can't really do anything at this, storms off. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Death Riders pull up and they just lynch. And when I say they lynch Swerve Strickland, oh my god, it was like it was.
It's the Phoenix
You would have
Suns.
thought they was taking that nigga to the tree. Oh my god, it was disgusting.
Bro.
Yo, they first so
Crazy.
then they ran up on him, and then they had like this little trailer truck looking thing, like on this. It wasn't like it was like a. It looked like the fucking back of one, but it was just sitting in the middle of the hallway for whatever reason. And then they throw him into like this glass pane thing in the hallway. Then they drag him out of it, literally just dragging him through glass, by the way. And then just pull him. Speaking of glass, they pull him out to the ring. Then they throw him into the ring. Right, I don't know if somebody hit him finish on him before this, but then Wheeler Yuta took a bucket of glass shards, poured it in the middle of the ring, and then Claudio powerbombed Swerve into the glass.
A cola bomb.
Ricola bomb.
By the
I don't
way,
know why
Coke kicked
AEW
out of
worded
this.
it like
Coke
this.
kicked out of this move, by the way.
Oh yeah. Just shat all over. What a beast. And then
I'm sure.
Claudio Ricola bombed Swerve into the glass, but then in one of the hardest visuals of the year, when he was walking off, Swerve then sat up out of the glass like he was the fucking Undertaker, and then it like harder than the Undertaker even, and then he basically stood up. Basically, he didn't say this, but he was basically like, "You, that's all you got, nigga. That's all y'all got. That's all y'all
I
got
eat
for me?"
those.
He
I
said
eat those.
he basically and Mox and Claudio were just like, Baba, he got up. No way he got up. He got up. And they were like looking back at and Mox was like, no fucking way he got up. What? So then that's how Dynamite went off the air with Swerve basically glaring at the Death Riders with glass in his back and the Death Riders being afraid. So basically, guys, Swerve did not stand tall at the end of Dynamite. He stood up, but he did not stand tall at the end of Dynamite. So if my wrestling 101 knowledge was correct, that would presume to tell me that something big is happening on Sunday.
Something very big is happening. The percentage has just gone up. Look, chills. This feud is just different. It's continued to be different. And I don't care what anyone has to say. There will never not be a moment I'm here for it. It should main event All In. That segment being as good as it was in 45 seconds tells you that. Swerve has to win this Sunday. He has to win. There are no other routes. There is nothing else you could do that would make anyone happy. He has to be the one to do it. And this segment, you have this man stand up through broken glass. You're setting up all these feuds for him. You're doing all these things. Mox is putting him over even, saying, you're the guy I would have chosen, except you're not the guy. He's being built. It's here. It's happening. It has to happen. That's what I came away from this. It has to happen. And I loved Ibu's point on the timeline where he said, put your heart out for it. Get invested. Believe in it. I'm fucking believing in it. I believed in it from the very second this match got announced. From the very second I thought it was going to be here. I am bought the fuck in. This is something that has to happen. And there's just no other way around it. As simple as that.
And the way they built it up, that's what it would for people be like. Like, they built this up to a point where it's like, damn, there really is legitimately no turning back. You gotta pull the trigger here. They had an emotional moment with him and Hangman where, like, that's probably the closest you'll ever get to either one of them saying, I'm sorry, like, ever. And Hangman was just like, oh, shit. He actually took accountability for his damn. I don't know what the fuck to do. And this work is hogtied and he stands up like, bro, I fucking eat this shit. And I'll take y'all back to last year, Dynasty. They're building their net. The contract signed with Samoa Joe. He got the shit kicked out of him by Samoa Joe. Got color. Tried to choke him out, and then get these guys
Crazy
ass
color.
And then he stood up and said, "Nigga, I love this shit. That's the best you got."
Yeah,
sign this shit in blood.
That's a great point.
He got like the fucking Terminator again right before the same damn pay-per-view a year later on some full circle shit. Mm-hmm. He's got to pull it off Sunday, bro. He has to. He has to.
Yeah. I think he has to win. I can see this match. First of all, I think it'll be a really good match, but I can see the end of it devolving into like Cody versus Roman at last year's Mania. What do you like that type of stuff? I can see it being an in-game type match where Death Riders come in and try to stop it. Hangman might interfere, just to be like, yo, you apologize, so this is the one thing I'll do, whatever. Willow definitely will be involved in this story. John Mox, you're catching a babe with the power bomb, buddy. Yeah, I think this feud has really reunited how much I like John Moxley. He's been pretty good in it. Death Rider still, I couldn't give a fuck about Death Riders, but I love Mox right now, what he's doing. Obviously, about Swerve, I think he has to win. And I think business and how everyone loves the AEW right now. I think just Swerve winning the belt would just do so much for the business of AEW and just the perception of AEW.
Yep.
Right. And
I hope we can see the belt.
Can we see the belt, big bro? It's a beautiful title. Can we see it? But the
we really ain't seen this fucking belt in 6 months, by the way.
They are starving, bro. That's the best championship belt in wrestling right now, and we haven't seen it on television. Like, what is happening? But no, the biggest thing I want to know is coming out of that interaction with Hangman. Does Hangman help him?
I think he does. I don't know if he I think he'll neutralize something, maybe.
Figure out one of the Death Riders. Maybe that's how he earns himself a title shot. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that kind of sets up the Owen a little better. It's there's a lot of different ways to go. I wouldn't mind if that was the case. I think they've laid the groundwork for it,
Yeah, and Swerve come into it with a bit of a clear conscience with taking accountability for what happened with Hangman and stuff. Where does Hangman go from there? It also tied up pretty well that one segment from a month or two ago where Hangman was going into Swerve's dressing room. Did he miss Swerve there? Did Swerve got to him first with this? Who knows?
That's a great point.
All right, well, I know a couple of us we gotta be out of here very very soon. So we're gonna speed run through these super chats right quick. Thank you guys so much for the super chats that you've been. We've been talking about Dynamite. We've been reviewing Dynamite. We've been debating Dynamite. And we've been crashing out about Dynamite. But the one thing that you guys have managed to do throughout it all is send your thoughts in. So I know Numb plays Numb plays in the background. Hashtag cinema from
Hey,
Elite
drop
Merchant.
that VR, bro. We need that.
I think somebody edited it too. To a song. I think I seen that on Twitter, but I have to go look. Another one from Elite Merchant, $2. We will be witnessing greatness at Yee Hall Inn. Definitely.
Yeah.
I will be there. I'll certainly.
Yeah, I'll be all in.
I'll be there.
So
I'll be in the spirit.
we, then Honest the Sultan, $2. Who cares about wrestling? July 11th. Look, oh my God.
Oh my
Crystal,
Look up,
Crystal,
look
go
up,
ahead,
look up,
Crystal,
look up, look up.
Oh
Good
my
shit.
God.
Look up.
Crypto, take me
And if you
home.
like the MCU, you cannot come watch Superman.
Exactly. If you fuck with the MCU, you can't.
Stay over
You're
there.
banned. We might do you. We might do you niggas like the Black Panther niggas did. Anyway, but you can't. You can't pull. You just know you're not pulling up. You're not allowed. That ass. Mavs fan 84, $2. OC do the Bruce Cody Peck spot in the Owen wild card. No,
That'd be
I
crazy.
wish they fucking would try that bullshit.
That'd be
nigga.
fucking.
He's still taking a buckshot to the pack. Mavs fan 84. Mavs fan 84 199 died at seeing Violence is Forever as AEW security.
Matter of fact, don't put that shit down.
Shout out the
Let
Deadlock
me
boys.
Let me tell you something. I will sell my soul before Violence is Forever get a contract. You understand me? I will sell my soul before Violence is Forever get a contract. Elite Merchant, $2. Fan feedback is important. Oh, cool. We'll see you on Sunday, pal. We'll see, nigga. We'll see. Hey, hey, look, yo, look. You can't have all this happen with Swerve this week and Booker T and all that shit that happened, and Swerve lose. It'll make Swerve look crazy, bro, if he loses. At least in my view, it'll make him look like not insane to like the because no matter like in reality, who gives a fuck? But like it would literally complete his complete like rise of aura if he just wins this Sunday, bro. You can't have him lose.
Yeah,
Because niggas gonna that'll be wild on Twitter the day after if he loses. Elite Merchant, $2. I have faith in this that Kenny can and fix and revive Jay.
if anyone can.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, they had a good match in New Japan. Elite Merchant, $2. Someone needs to do something about the commentary team. Yeah.
Stinks.
Yeah,
awful.
it was really bad last night. Really, really, really bad.
Tony's cooked. Taz gets way too much in like 2020 AW Dark podcast mode, and
God,
just caliber down.
Fucking hate that.
Yeah, people don't talk about how bad Taz has been like recently, bro.
Yeah.
You getting past this, bro.
Either change the comms team or make an option to mute the comms.
If it were up to me, I'd hand Ian Riccaboni a blank check and just tell him whatever number you want. That's good.
You don't have to go
that's
to
my
EK
plan.
meetings no more, bro. It's okay.
You don't have to be a family man for maybe $2 million, something crazy. I don't know. How much will it take, Ian Riccaboni?
All right.
Your price.
All right, y'all. Let's get these plugs in before we end this great episode of the Dynamite review.
What a time. What a time.
We'll start with Novi and Marcus since we'll do self-made afterwards. Go ahead.
So you guys know where to find me, youtube.com/@Noviak. New video out this weekend, this Saturday, to be more specific, about the state of the AEW women's division. It's a very happy video, just to spoil things. So shout out to that. You can follow my Twitter @It'sNoviak. It's on the screen right now. And then, of course, after this show, directly following it, in fact, over on the Late Night Grin YouTube channel, you can find myself, you can find Marcus, Caden Lee, and Rice Man, and Six Star previewing AEW Dynasty. We're going up and down the card. We're giving you predictions. We're giving you all of it. Good analysis. That's what we're here for. So check that out over on the Late Night Grin. We're free. It is no paywall, just free. Come join us.
We'll be over there. We go traveling the roads, double duty, just like old times. Ain't that right, Dobie?
You know it, brother. You know it.
Well, speaking of paywalls, make sure you guys, well, a paywall that you, as well as the late night grin paywall, paywall that you absolutely have to join is the self-made Discord. The links are in me and Crystal's bio to the Patreon, how you sign up and how you get into the Discord. I think that it might have changed, but five to basically get in there and use the basic functions of Discord. There are temporary voice chats though for those who want to speak to each other, stream stuff with each other, basically create their own communities. But then also you join for $10 and you can recommend a match up to 45 when we drop the match recommendation threads, and up to 45 minutes, 45 minutes, not 50, not 45 minutes, unless it's a historic match that's like good, actually good. And then $20, you can do all of that. Plus, you get the speaker role. So when we do spaces, you will sometimes get to speak in there whenever we use mics and stuff. And then for $100, can become a paragon, and you can sit there and any pay per view or movie that you recommend, we will set a date and watch it. Last Saturday, we had a paragon recommend Dominion 2018, which we
Great
watched.
fucking show.
I got through
Great
most of
show.
it. I got through most of it. I fell asleep on the second fall of the main event, but I got through most of it. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
also,
yeah,
our
go
other
ahead.
Paragon, Wheezy. By the way, guys, we don't stream this. You know, you just have to sync up with us, type stuff. You know, so we're not, you know. But this weekend on Sunday, one of our Paragons, Wheezy, who's also a mod, suggested Double or Nothing 2021. So that's what we're gonna watch in there this weekend. You know, sync up with us. Man, $5. You know, we appreciate you. Even if you don't got the money to pay $5, we appreciate your support on the Rush Pierce page and on our personal pages,
Yes,
obviously.
Mm.
Go follow, go subscribe to Novi's channel. He does amazing videos over there. You know, the State of Wrestling YouTube's show trash, but Novi's just a shining gem. And
Wow. Put me over here.
yeah,
Thank you, brother.
I already
yes.
know.
Like I said, bro, the Dynamite review is it's not completely all the way back in a big way, but we are slowly reviving this thing to 2022 form. And tonight, I know tonight in Self Made, we're watching Bash at the Beach 1999. Hopefully, it doesn't make me depressed
When you
like
speak
like when
French
Nitro
now.
does. Uh, oh, and yes, New Orleans will happen next year. The Sir Paragraph parties will take place. There ain't no party like a Sir Paragraph party because a Sir Paragraph party don't stop. And
Sir
with that
Paragon
being
second one was
said,
crazy.
Hmm?
from Marcus, from Novi, from Chris O'Brien, from myself. Also, I'll be streaming SmackDown on Twitch tomorrow, but who gives a fuck? 'Cause SmackDown is terrible. But yeah, no. Let me get my Twitch link right quick, really
Nigga,
quick
eat the
before I end
fucking
this thing.
show.
Yo, don't raise, not gonna
You gonna
lie,
let him say
don't
it to
raise.
you?
Matter of fact, I'm not in the show now. Don't raise your voice. But
Yo,
no,
Novi and Marcus, just fucking.
yo, no,
It's
no,
a
no,
stupid
This is
no, but
disgusting.
B word.
definitely no.
This is
I got it.
crazy.
I got it. All right,
It's
guys.
your own Twitch.
See you guys
Yeah, Rich,
next
ain't
week.
that?
Oh, cool. StreamYard bad. StreamYard bad. StreamYard bad.